Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to All in Good Sport. My name's Chris Tarkle, and today I'm with
Joe Rainbow,
Izzy Gilleard,
Alfie Langford, and Jimmy Blackburn.
And yeah, welcome back. This is episode 11 of All in Good Sport, season 2, episode 5. I want to say.
Yeah.
I should start remembering that really.
We're rattling through it though.
We are.
aren't
Yeah. So I was saying to Alfie on the way here. Apparently, 99% of podcasts stop before the 10th episode. So we are the 1%ers now. We have officially made it.
When are we monetising it? Because I'm not seeing the gains at the moment.
Hey, listen.
Do you
Anyone
reckon
want to
it is
sponsor
monetised
us?
and Chris is
Come
taking
talk
all
to
the
us.
profits?
Hey, listen. Admin fees, you know how it be. But yeah, no. So this is our Formula One special. So you won't get your winners and losers fix. You might not even get a tennis update. So sorry, Bron. But Izzy's joining us
hello.
as a sort of. We're going to call you the F1 expert, so no pressure.
No, I'm definitely not.
But
Please don't expect too much.
So yeah, so we're going to do a little season preview. We're going to chat about pre-season testing. We've got a grid rival league set up, so if you fancy joining that, you have, I think, a day to do that. So when you listen to this tonight, when it comes out, get on that. It's basically like FPL, but for Formula One. We'll chat a little bit about Drive to Survive, what happened in the off-season, and do some tier lists for you. But before we get into all that, what's going on in everyone's lives? How are we all? It is, for reference, by the way, like if the energy seems low, if we seem a little bit worse for wear, it's currently 10 a.m., which is I think the earliest ever recording of All in Good Sport. It's the earliest.
By far.
It's the earliest I think.
Well, we had alarm set for 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a. Well, the energy will be up. We've just got to keep it up.
And you were still on the group chats at like 2 a.m, so you've not got much sleep.
Yeah.
No, well,
Well, I was chatting to you at 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to bed at 3.
I went to bed at 4, but
No, I had to drag him out of bed. It was really bad because a certain someone's very ill. So there's some very interesting vibes going on. Chris is also not excellent.
hey, I'm excellent.
No,
I am
you're
excellent.
doing good. You're doing
Yeah.
good.
Always.
He's just a bit
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah, I am. I'm sort. I had. Oh, actually, so yeah, that it's a great segue into what I need to talk about. So
your boxing.
so my
Off you go.
boxing. So I have 25 days or so. No, it's February, so it's 24 days.
Tomorrow
Until-
is also February.
Yeah,
So
no,
leap
so
year, mate.
yeah, so
Yeah,
24, and then
yeah.
20 because it's the 23rd of March.
Yeah.
So yeah, 24 days until my boxing fight. But what I want to sort of ask and talk about is, so my Just Giving link is in my bio. It's in the All in Good Sport bio. So what I'll be doing is the highest bidder from now till the 23rd, or we'll say until the sort of 17th or 18th. Whoever bids the highest can decide what I do with my hair for the fight. Obviously, there's not much by way of hair, but the design
Can we
be decided.
decide to just cut it all off?
Well, yeah, you could make me go bald, but that's quite boring given that I've optionally gone bald sort of 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, you have actually.
So you could
Yeah,
you
you're
could
right,
say
yeah.
like
Yeah.
go pink, go green.
I think we give you the like Brazil
I'm
Ronaldo.
Team Ronaldo. Yeah.
But so if you come in with the highest bid, that's what I'll have to do.
No, I'm really seeing some cheetah print on you. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'd be well up for
I
that.
love that.
Yeah,
Please.
but yeah, so there's that, and then but also just generally keep donating to the Just Giving. I think we're about £210.
It's good.
So
that.
if we could hit 300 quid, that'd be good. But yeah, no, training's going well, so I'm a happy man. Had a good session last night.
How are the nerves?
I was really nervous last night going into training because I knew that we were doing all the sparring stuff.
Because you're fighting different opponents now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Other than
yeah,
you.
exactly. So we sort of went in. I went in really, really nervous, thinking, okay, like I am shitting it a little bit, and I came out going, do you know what, I'll be all right. Like it was that was the session for me where I went, do you know what, I can win this,
Good.
and I will win this. So you know,
Yes, you will.
fingers crossed. But yeah, no. So what's everyone else been up to? Joe, gig last night?
Yeah,
Or
we were
Fenton?
down at the Fenton again. Not too bad, I guess. We played one cover track and 2 originals last night. And considering we didn't properly rehearse it, I thought it went all right. Yeah, not too bad.
You couldn't
See,
tell
you
from
were
from,
down
a,
last
from an
night.
audience perspective. We wouldn't have been able to
And
tell.
yeah, Mehul, our drummer, had come straight in and he smashed it. So as
He
usually
is very
does,
talented, that boy,
He is,
isn't
yeah.
he? Yeah.
So yeah, good night.
Yeah, really good night, Jim.
Well, I really enjoyed doing the all-in radio show yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that was really good fun.
While
Yeah.
the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I was going to get onto
And-
that, yeah.
And you've been listening to the Who track.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
my generation live at Leeds Refectory, recorded about 5 minutes from where
Can
we're
you
sat now.
explain what happened?
Yeah, so we got into the podcasting, not the podcasting, the radio booth, on time for our normal 4 till 5 every other Tuesday slot.
Tune in.
And usually what happens is when we get in there, the last people who've been in there usually lay on a track to kind of as their outro and almost into the intro of our show. So we thought they'd chosen My Generation by The Who. It turns out that live cover is a 15-minute track, and it wasn't actually put on by the previous group. It was actually tacked onto the adverts to fill dead air. So we couldn't actually see it on the little the Audacity. So we couldn't figure out how to get rid of this massive booming sound of The Who.
It's horrendous.
So it was playing for about 5 minutes at the start, and we were like, right, we'll get the station manager in. And luckily, we love you, Holly Ross. She sorted it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so loud was the thing.
But I was going to say, but also, it was Alfie's first time doing the desk for the radio show.
He did well.
Smashed it, by the way.
I was stressed before.
But I was going to say,
kicked off.
you were stressed going in, then to get in there, for it to be absolutely fucked, and then to still smash it was really impressive.
Talking about my generation.
I also do want to say, Izzy, for your first time on the radio,
Very
you
good.
smashed it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Really
very
good,
much.
yeah.
Were you nervous?
I was a bit. I mean, it made me feel better for today,
Yeah.
but I felt okay about talking about film because it is kind of my area of expertise, like quite literally.
Yeah.
So I felt okay, but I really enjoyed it.
It was
nice.
that was the best of the radio shows so far, I
Yeah,
think.
it was fun.
I think it was the best because I coined the phrase "man and woman" film.
Which we can actually say on here. It just sounded like you were talking about Paul. I'll be so honest.
And we had a little message from one of her friends talking about all the things that you'd brought up, and we were going through it. So yeah,
Wait, everything.
everything, absolutely.
She made a full list of notes. To be fair, most of it was slandering Joe's letterboxd again.
Yeah,
That's
your
fair.
letterboxd honks.
Yeah.
It doesn't honk. I think
It
it's
does.
simple. It's effective. It's an insight into the little mind of Joe Rainbow.
Little mind is a crazy statement. That's rough, man. I wouldn't have that.
No, it makes it easier, doesn't it?
What easier? What the fuck does that even
These
mean?
reviews, get it done, get it out of the way.
Oh, sorry. I watched Paddington with my little Paddington. 5 stars.
Perfect. That's all you need. All you need.
And Alfie, what's going on with you? Anything exciting?
No, not really.
Yeah, fair. I hear
Literally.
that.
As usual.
Yeah,
Because
pretty
we're
much.
doing an F1 podcast, we're not going to get a tennis update in. Do you want to give us it now?
Sure.
What's Bublik up to this week?
I actually don't. I haven't seen him actually for a while.
He's been playing Dubai, I think.
I've put the ATP notifications on my phone now.
We had
so
a
I
few,
get-
few updates from you the other day,
Uh,
Jimmy.
Yeah. Murray got his 500th. Is it hardcourt ATP win?
Yes. Yeah, he
Yeah,
beat
sounds
Denis
right.
Shapovalov
Yes.
the other day.
Do you have to have a sick name to be a tennis player, do you think? Like, you come out the womb and they go, fucking,
Yes.
he's going to be a tennis player. We'll call him, fucking Bublik.
I mean, there is a guy who was playing last night called Chris Eubanks.
Fuck off.
Seriously.
He's an American guy, though.
Oh,
That's
brilliant.
unreal.
Yeah, he lost to Casper Ruud.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
Wee.
No, there was
Good one.
Zverev
Oh,
also
that's
lost as well.
Zverev lost to Altmaier,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because we don't like Zverev.
Oh, actually, just quickly before we get into the Formula One, I just want to say the baseball season. We're in pre-season. Spring training has started, and I'm getting really, really into baseball. So I've started listening to podcasts. I've started. There's a podcast called Locked On Angels or Locked In Angels. So LA Angels for reference to the baseball team I support. And I've been listening to like the podcast. There's these two lads who do it. But it is great fun, and I would implore you to give the baseball a minute of your time if you get the chance. Oh, actually, also while we're on it, we've been getting into American football. Me and
We
Alfie
have,
have, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that after the Super Bowl?
After the
Yeah,
Super Bowl?
yeah.
But so I've played Madden for a little while. Alfie bought it
Because it was on like a massive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
you
like
were playing it the other night.
2 weeks
yeah,
ago, or about a
Yeah,
week ago.
About a week ago.
Yeah, and we started playing together. But have you settled on your team?
Not yet, no.
So I've settled on my team. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh.
Any reason?
I know who
Any
they are.
reason? So I started a franchise mode.
Well done.
and I was like debating who to use, and my good old friend ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, ChatGPT always sorted me out. So I went on ChatGPT and I put in the things that I like about Wolves. You know, like the sort of connection between the team and the fans,
And Portugal.
a great young manager. I didn't put Portugal in. I thought that might be a stretch too far. But it came out and it said the Green Bay Packers are the team for you. And I went, do you know what? I'll start a franchise mode with them. I'll go. We'll see how it goes. And I love them. Aaron Jones, the boy. I think. Oh, what's his name? I think his Twitter name's just Showtime. Showtime. Aaron Jones.
Who's the
Jordan Love?
Isn't there like who was their quarterback? He's really old. He still plays
Aaron
for-
Rodgers was
Aaron
their
Rodgers.
quarterback. I think he's retired now.
Yeah.
So Jordan Love is their quarterback, who
Cool.
I think I don't know specifically. I think he played this season, and it was his first year, sort of from out of the shadow of Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to get slated.
Cool.
There's a man called Will who was my boss in January who listens, and when we get things wrong,
Hi, Will.
I get pelters.
I
So-
get
and
blamed.
I think he's a Green Bay Packers fan. So I'm nervous to talk about them because I might get things wrong. So fingers crossed I've got that right. But Aaron Jones, unbelievable, on Madden at least. But so I think we're going to be big NFL fans this year.
Definitely.
We'll get the MLB updates going, and obviously Formula One
Yeah.
is going to be a big part of this.
ChatGPT have just said that I should
There we go.
I should
A Jimmy
support
rant.
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why?
I put it based on your kind of Wolves thing. I thought I'd try and do a little spin for Man United. So I said I like a team with rich history of success, a global fan base, and a never say die attitude. And they've given me the Pittsburgh
Ew.
Steelers.
I'm surprised it didn't give you
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, because aren't they part owned by the Glazers?
Yeah, we love the Glazers, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously.
But no, so hopefully the aim I think with this year now is to get more and more non-football sports in and get our updates going. So we'll have an MLB update. We'll have a little obviously F1 updates are going to be a big one. And to be fair, they were last semester.
Should we do some like Aussie rules updates?
Oh yeah.
Do you know any Australians here?
Do I know any Australians here?
Yeah, in Leeds.
I've met a couple. Yeah.
I don't think I've met.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not. I
I've
met one.
Is-
I met some girls in my one of my modules. They were nice.
Find out if they support Collingwood and we'll get them on.
I won't, because I think they're back in Australia. I can't lie, Jimmy.
Zoom
Collingwood,
episode.
do Collingwood wear black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magpies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, AFL's always a fun one to watch. Actually, like I don't really understand what's going on a lot of the time, but
Yeah, well, that's how I felt when I was first watching like NFL and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because obviously it's very stop-start, but then you realise how tactical it is.
NFL's great.
AFL's just great fun. They play on a big circular pitch, oval pitch. It's like rugby, and the best bits of rugby and like Irish kind of Gaelic football and that sort of
Is that how
thing.
you pronounce it?
Yeah,
I thought it was Gaelic.
I thought it was
Yeah, it was
Gaelic.
I think it's
You
either or.
dickhead.
I think it's either or. Any Irish listeners, please help.
I
me
wonder
out.
if we do have.
Yeah.
Where do you think our most like diverse listener is? Do you know what I mean? Like, do we have any listeners from outside of England? Do you reckon?
I've seen that we had someone from America.
Do we?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
I
Maybe a Brazilian.
Martini.
Maybe
Yeah,
a Brazilian
boy.
somewhere.
I mean, my mate listens from Northern Ireland.
Well,
But
there's our Irish
Yeah.
listener.
Yeah.
yeah, well, he's not Irish.
Yeah, but
He just
Close-
goes to uni
That's
there.
probably as close as we'll get.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Tom Elsby. I know you're listening.
We've also got the Euros and the Olympics, so
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
a good preview up to that.
Yeah.
The build up to that would be good.
Can we go?
Oh, please.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Mr. Olympics, if you're listening, sort us
Just
out.
get us to do the coverage.
Mr.
You know.
Ollie Olympics.
I did apply as well actually this week for Formula Student to do media coverage for that, which is basically like I think it's June or July, but it's like a big event at Silverstone, and all the unis like basically make I think it's a Formula 4 or equivalent car, and like big like race day out. I applied for media coverage, so if we get that, we'll do a little all in good sport trip for that one.
How many slots on the media team?
We're gonna get
I saw
we're
that
gonna
side,
get
Jimmy.
5 slots.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be good little.
Bring the F1 expert along.
Okay.
little trip.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But
On-
yeah, no, so that should be good.
On that
for
note, do we want to lead into the special?
I think we can, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll start off with a little review of last season and sort of where everything was at the end of last season. Miss F1 expert, would you like to lead us in?
Well, I think obviously it was just very Red Bull dominant. I think that's just going to be a common theme for this episode. I'm not going to lie. But I'm very interested to see how McLaren fare, to be honest, after the mid-season updates last season. And they kind of beat out Aston Martin in the midfield. So I think Zach Brown and Norris obviously extended his contract as well. I think that is a result of those updates. So I'm excited to see how they get on, and Piastri as well.
Yeah, I think in terms of potential, you'd probably argue that McLaren are the team with the highest
Yeah,
potential.
definitely.
If those two drivers have a good car, they could title challenge.
Oh,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? If their car was on par with your Mercedes, your Ferrari, your Red Bull,
Mhm.
especially with someone like Oscar Piastri who's come in and sort of had a brilliant rookie season.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of recent memory, obviously Hamilton came in and smashed it from minute one, but you can't really think of many others who have come in and just taken the sport by the horse. And obviously, like, he didn't set the world on fire, but he wasn't given the car to do that. So you think if they can give him a good car, there's no reason why Oscar Piastri cannot be challenging for race.
It's crazy given like literally half the season the McLaren was dead in the water.
It honked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
looking
terrible.
up to Austria. Their highest finish was 6th
Jesus.
of all the first. I think that's the first 9 or 10 races.
Yeah.
And then afterwards they got what's that? 9 podiums.
Wow.
Yeah.
in the latter half
You
of the
honestly,
season.
I saw a graph the other day, and it was literally just like it went
Yeah.
right up in the second half of the season. I don't know what they did mid-season. Those upgrades you saw on Drive to Survive, making the upgrades as well.
I need to finish Drive to Survive.
I
I'm
haven't
not-
finished it
no,
yet,
I'm,
I'm not
I'm,
gonna
I'm
lie
on
to you.
episode 3.
I watched
Same.
episode 1
Yeah.
last night. Preparation.
And yeah, so Red Bull won 19 out of the 20
Yeah, I
races
mean,
last year.
Red Bull were
So
ridiculous.
that's just shows you how dominant
Yeah,
they were.
21 out of 22 races they won last year.
21 was it?
Yeah,
yeah.
because
Verstappen won 19.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look, can I give you Verstappen's records that he set last year?
Go on.
Because this is, I think, by far the most dominant season in F1
I back that.
in
Honestly,
history.
definitely.
It might be.
That statement was endorsed by Henry Hudson, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Even you could see he was making that statement through grit.
Yeah.
But Verstappen last season, most wins in a single season with 19, most wins in a row with 10, most points in a single season with 575, most podium finishes in a season with 21 out of 22, most points between first and second in a World Drivers' Championship in history, 290.
Wow.
86.35% win rate, winning 19 out of 22 races, beating Alberto Ascari's 75% from 1952, and most laps led in a season, 1,003.
Jesus Christ. The gap between Verstappen and Perez then is more points than Aston Martin scored the entire season.
Oh, lovely.
That's mental.
And Aston Martin didn't even have a bad season.
No,
No.
it was. I mean, it was very close between them and McLaren. There was 20 points between them.
Yeah, they kind of fell off towards the
Yeah.
back end of the
So
season.
you've got. So I mean, sort of, if you're talking top 5, you had Aston Martin on 280, McLaren on 302, Ferrari 406, Mercedes 409. And Red Bull Racing with 860.
Yeah, it was like McLaren and Aston Martin like kind of swapped.
Yeah.
Because after Austria, Aston Martin only scored 2 more podiums.
That's mad.
After having Alonso score, I think it was 6 before that.
It'll be a really interesting one. I think that sort of the placings of those two teams is very much going to come down to how those cars come out at the start. I think the advantage that McLaren have is that they have 2 strong drivers, whereas Aston Martin, you have your Fernando Alonso, and not that Lance Stroll is a crap driver. Admittedly, the first few episodes of this podcast, we were slating, or I was slating him, because I still don't back in a team where you've got Fernando Alonso driving one of your cars. Lance Stroll should not be your second driver.
No, I agree.
However, the finances to bring Fernando Alonso in would not be possible without Lawrence Stroll. So you sort of have to take the rough with the smooth a little bit.
What do you think of Lance as a driver in 2024? That's out to all of you, by the way.
He's fine. He's not great.
He's okay.
But he's fine.
Yeah.
He's not one like Mazepin where you look at and go, he is only there because his dad owns the team.
Yeah.
He is a good driver. I don't think he'd have been in Formula One for as long as he has without the presence of his father. But at the same time, I don't think he's purely there because of his dad. I think he is there on merit. I just think he's his longevity is because of his dad's position as sort of owner.
I mean, he does have podium finishes, to be fair.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So he does have some kind of talent.
I mean, he's got to warrant some level of skill, but whether it deserves a place in that seat, you know.
But then you'd think,
it-
looking
yeah.
elsewhere, who else is more deserving of a seat right now? I mean, I know you have your Formula 2 drivers coming up, but there's no one really, really banging on the door, you'd say, right now?
I suppose, but I also think Aston Martin have obviously made big improvements as of late. I mean, last season, and I think coming into this season a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I think if you got a stronger driver in that second seat, they could definitely go head-to-head with McLaren. Like, because Norris and Piastri is a very strong lineup.
I was going to
And I
say,
think Stroll just kind of, you look at Alonso, like world champion, and he got 6 podiums, I think you said, Jimmy, last season.
Yeah.
Stroll's just not really up to the mark in that car.
I was going to say, I think if I was the Aston Martin sort of team, you'd almost want to do what McLaren did and bring in a really talented rookie driver.
Yeah.
So I just had a quick look at the F2 standings for last year. Teo Pourchaire is probably one that stands out. Won
Yes.
the won Formula 2 last season, has been sort of in the conversation for a seat for a while, and actually bringing someone like that in under the tutelage of your Fernando Alonso would be brilliant for his career.
I was just surprised that Drugovich didn't get a seat last year.
Yeah.
'Cause he won it in 2022, Formula 2.
What's
that
he
is.
doing now?
I think he's reserve. Is
Sure
he
that-
reserve at Alpine?
Felipe
Or is he-
Drugovich is reserve driver for Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, right.
There
okay.
you go. There's your sort of solution, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, how many seasons do you think Alonso will go for?
Well, he's
Well, is he 40? 40 now?
42.
42.
Yeah, well, he went into retirement, didn't he? He came back
Yeah.
on. So he
Kimmy
pulled,
kept going until he was about 42,
Yeah.
I think.
He'll get bored.
Thing is, I think he'll keep going
Hopefully.
until he. I can't see
I
him
mean, I don't
now.
know if he's still successful. And
I was
and
gonna say he's still-
getting podium
yeah.
finishes.
I'm
Is there
pretty
any need for him
sure-
to just retire.
I'm pretty sure his contract is up at the end of this season.
It is, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see whether he's going to renew at Aston Martin.
I think
or-
if they have a competitive car, he will.
Do you reckon he goes to Mercedes?
Oh wow,
To replace Hamilton.
This discussion.
Yeah.
that would be brilliant.
That would be cool.
The thing, I feel like this off season, like following 2024, is going to be
It's going to
really.
be mental. Well, how many
really
drivers have you
good.
got out of? Because there's only 5
So
drivers
yeah, you've got
contracted.
Hamilton will go to Ferrari,
Yep.
which leaves the space open at Mercedes. Norris and Piastri are locked in.
I think the
So-
knock-on
okay,
effect
well, hang on,
of
let's
Hamilton
work
going
down.
to Ferrari.
Red Bull, obviously Verstappen stays. Perez is your
Questionable.
questionable
Get
one.
Perez out. I would love to see
Yeah.
someone else in that Red Bull second seat.
Perez's contract is up
Okay.
at the end of this season. Sainz isn't going to have a seat next year unless he finds somewhere else.
Yeah, but he will. He will, though. Let's be honest. I think he's.
Are you sure?
Oh, I think so.
Oh, I think he's too good not to.
People like. There's a lot of drivers out of contract. I don't think any team will have a problem getting out one of their drivers
Sainz to Red
make
Bull?
room for. I would love to see that because didn't he used to drive for Toro Rosso?
He did,
Oh, he used to be,
alongside Verstappen.
Wasn't he in Red Bull Academy? Am I making that up?
Yeah, he was. He drove Toro Rosso alongside Verstappen.
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that their dads don't get on?
Henry Hudson was talking
Yeah,
about this on,
yeah.
on the Friday Sports Show last week, and he was saying that Jos and Carlos Sr. Despise each other. pretty
Does
much.
anyone get on with Jos though?
No.
Let's be
No.
real.
Not even his wife.
But that's what I mean. So I think
Not even his son. No one likes him.
the thing is, then you'd probably say it's an unlikely move, given the power that family has at Red Bull.
True, but I kind of would love to see it though. I think that'd
What
be
about
really
Sainz
cool.
to Mercedes?
I would also love to see that, but I think Sainz, Russell, they're both kind of second drivers. That kind of dynamic.
But I'd love to see Sainz lead a team.
I would love to see
Yeah.
Sainz lead a team. I'm a big Sainz advocate.
Yeah.
You'll find that out very
Yeah.
quickly.
Great use of the cough button there, Joe.
I know, yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Danny Rick is also so he's back for this season.
Or you,
Uh,
the honey badger.
he's back, but he'll be out of contract at the end of the season alongside
Well,
Tsunoda.
Checo's out of contract as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think there's 13 drivers are out of
Yeah.
contract.
If Danny Rick was to make a statement this season and put a good shift in the V Carb, do you see a return to Red Bull for Danny Rick?
No, I think he's past it. I think he's past.
But
his
what
prime,
I'm
to be
saying,
honest.
if he came out and put in a barnstormer this season,
If he put in a 2018-esque season,
Yeah.
then I could see the argument for
yeah,
it. But
if he outdrove their car, do you know what I mean?
I don't think Verstappen would want that.
No,
I think it would be a bit of a dumb career move. Going back to the team that you he left for Renault, didn't he? Which was obviously a very stupid decision. Going back there and then being outshined by Verstappen again.
It
I
would
think
be like going
stupid.
back to an X.
I think he needs
to do that.
I think he needs to. I would like to see him stick at. I mean, they're now called RB, but AlphaTauri, because some of those career decisions. I mean, he went to Renault and then he went to McLaren and then he kind of fell off. And it was
Yeah.
just like, put him in a nice car, get him some time in like one team. I want to see him committed, to be honest with you.
My hot take: this will be Daniel Ricciardo's
that's
last
my bold-
season in F1.
Ever.
Ooh.
My
This will be
bold
his-
take is that he'll do well this season, because I think I want to see him do well.
I think everyone wants to see everyone. There's no one who dislikes
I'd love to
Daniel
see him do
Ricciardo.
well,
Because
but I
obviously
don't think he will.
Well, we've been watching the Drive to Survive anyway, the first 2 episodes, and it's just seeing him not in a seat and doing all.
It was sad to watch.
It was
like,
like
doing
doing
all
the
the
second
media,
episode,
yeah.
doing the media work, and I was just there like, because he's obviously won championships and stuff, and you know, should he be in? Should he,
The thing-
you know,
He hasn't won championships.
He's won
but-
races,
He's won
so
races. Yeah.
so-
I knew what you meant.
It's okay.
But no, he's a really interesting one to keep an eye on for this season. Other than that, sort of contract moves and contracts-wise, what else is going on across the grid? Is there anything else? So, okay, so if we work team by team, Red Bull, and we know Perez is
We
out
got to
of
talk about
contract.
Horner if we're talking about Red Bull.
Yeah, but wait, we will get into Christian Horner because
We will.
that's a longer segment to talk
Okay.
about.
should we go into the liveries for each car?
Well, hang on a minute.
Do you know?
Quickly.
You're not dictating this episode.
Slow down.
So Mercedes, obviously Lewis Hamilton leaves. That frees up the spot there. Ferrari, their driver lineup is locked in for next season. McLaren are locked in. Aston
No
Martin.
Haas drivers off him, right? Is that correct?
I think this will be K-Mag's last season.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I was saying
Yeah.
this to Joe the other day. It will be. But I also was saying that I think we've seen Haas get some interesting drivers out of the dust. They got Schumacher in, which
Yeah.
obviously he didn't do too well. But it was really fun to see him on the grid. And they got Magnussen and Hulkenberg out of retirement. So I'm kind of seem to have a lot of sway in terms of drivers.
I think
I'm
they've got a
interested.
lot of money knocking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely.
So I'm interested to see who they get in, to be honest, next season. Because, yeah, I agree with Jimmy. I don't think Magnussen's going to last
If
another
you were
season.
if you were in charge then of sort of sorting out their driver lineup for next season, what's the plan there? Because it feels like Haas are almost aimless at the minute.
They kind of
Like
are
they're kind
just
of floating.
Yeah,
They're not, they're not competing for anything.
I agree.
So
They're
what
at the
has to
bottom.
change there?
Steiner's left. Obviously, they've got new
Yeah.
management in this season. I think a good rookie would be
Yeah.
good. I mean, they kind of had failings with Schumacher, which was obviously very unfortunate. No one liked to watch it. But like you were saying, Pocher.
Yeah, Teo Pocher.
I mean, I
who
think he
else
could
is
do
there?
better than Haas, I'm not going to lie. But I think a good rookie would be very interesting. Could bring them up maybe to the midfield. But
Yeah, and that's the thing. You always want like competitiveness, I think, and if we
Mm-hmm.
can see more of that across the grid, that'd be great. So yeah, you're sort of your F2 top three. You had Teo Pocher, Vesti, Jack Doohan.
How did Iwasa do last season?
I'm still scrolling. So, oh no, actually no, fourth. Sorry, I lied.
I like Ayumu Iwasa.
Yeah.
A lot of those like kind of Japanese Super Formula /
Yeah.
Red Bull Academy drivers are really exciting. Obviously, Liam Lawson also
Yes,
drove
yeah.
Super Formula.
Oh, true.
So, and he got his shot last season. Will he get a seat next season? I don't know. I don't know if he's good, but he's not quite Carling.
That's the thing. I was going to say, if it's you can be good in Formula 2, but I think you have to be great in Formula 2 to really to really knock on that door.
Like Piastri.
I was going to say, so someone like Piastri was too good to ignore, which is obviously what led to the whole contract thing, which was so funny, by
Oh
the
my
way.
God,
that
hilarious.
that drive, that's my favourite Drive to Survive episode ever.
Oh my God, no, honestly, same. That was just, the way he came out, I was like, no.
And we should probably explain that for reference if anyone's not
Yeah, I
listening.
can do.
Basically, Alpine put out a statement in 2023 or 22, which announced that Oscar Piastri was going to be driving for them for the 2023 season. 15 minutes later, Oscar Piastri puts out a statement saying, I'm not going to be driving for Alpine. I don't know where they've got that from. I'm going to be driving for McLaren. So always good fun, a bit of drama. But I hope we get more stuff like that this
Poor
off-season.
Otmar Safnauer.
Yeah.
Like, that man got shafted.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is so, like, I feel like Formula 1 is one of those sports where, like, the stuff that happens off track is almost more exciting than what happens on track sometimes.
I mean, it is a big soap opera, isn't it?
Oh, it's great.
Especially now that they've got Netflix in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or have had for so long. What was the first Drive to Survive? Was it 2018?
Drive
It
to Survive's been
was
good
a
for
while.
ages.
It was a while ago. I think they were the first because you've obviously got like Breaking Point now. You've got
I think it was the first season when Ricardo went to Renault.
No, I think it was before that because they covered I think it was Germany 2019.
I think they
or
had
18.
a Red Bull Ricardo season in there.
I don't think they did. I think it was the first season where he left.
I'm not sure.
Come on,
I'm-
Probford.
When was
Time
the
for
first
show.
Drive to Survive? Yeah.
2019.
2019.
There we go.
Was I correct then? What year did Ricardo go to Renault?
Did he do it?
I think he went to Renault in
Mid-season?
2020.
Nah, I think you're wrong. I think I've smashed this.
Did he do it mid-season or was it end of season?
It was end of season because
Okay.
I remember him being in Abu Dhabi with his race engineer, and that was like kind of a heartfelt moment. But I think that was at the end of 2019.
What have we found, Longford?
Give him a minute. Let him
I'm
talk.
trying to read between the lines. What's
Tell you what,
Really?
Steve, you are on probation here.
Read between the lines. I mean, there's only facts that you need to read, son.
Yeah, but they're not giving facts. That's the problem.
It was 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, was I correct then?
You
Yes.
were correct.
Come on! Easy.
You were correct.
Wait. Didn't it start in 2018 though?
No, it's starting 29. We've already established this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Izzy, you dickhead.
Wow.
Brodford, you have no need to be this sassy when you spent the last 5
He's
minutes.
got the seat in the hot chair, and now he thinks he's
It's early hours of the
Mr.
morning.
Big Boobs.
It's early hours of the morning.
He had a good radio. He had a good. What did you just say, Mr. Big Boobs?
She has a great rag to be fair.
He's thinking of Bublik, who's currently.
He's always thinking
Who
of
is it?
Boob.
Bublik is currently locked in battle against Talon Grixball.
Wow, it's good to know.
Yeah, I'll give.
There's your Bublik update.
I'll give you Alexander updates.
Sound. In terms of the drivers' standings last season, probably worth looking at. So you're
He's typed big boots on his laptop.
okay. So yeah, your top 10 of Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, Russell, Piastri, and then Lance Stroll, Gasly, Ocon. Gasly, Ocon's an interesting one.
Oh
What do
my
you think
God.
of that Alpine?
They don't get along, do they? Gasly and
Not particularly
not
well.
really.
No, they had a bit of beef back in the day, and I think it's just sort of never really subsided.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you made notes on that last night about how that'll pan out.
A little
in
bit.
the
I'm just
season.
interested to see the temperature, especially because I don't think Alpine have a very competitive car this season,
No.
and the drivers hate each other. So it's going to make some good Drive to Survive, I think.
Yeah,
next
it'll
season.
be a good.
It'll be a good
one.
episode.
I'm really excited actually to follow as well, sort of Lewis Hamilton's last season,
Oh,
because I feel like a lot is going to be made of that.
Do you think he'll be successful in his last
Well,
season?
last season was his first season in. I think, don't quote me on this. I think it was his first season in Formula One where he hasn't won a race. So it'll be a really interesting one to see how Mercedes turn that around, because given their car wasn't the best last season, they still did incredibly well to finish second in the Constructors' Championship. So if they can have a slightly more competitive car, then perhaps we will see a sort of resurgence of Hamilton. I think from a Mercedes standpoint, they kind of don't want to see that though, because obviously you've got there's a great relationship between the two, but by the same token, if Lewis Hamilton comes out and has a barnstormer, they know they're losing him at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So it'll be it's going to be a fun one, I think,
I
in
agree.
terms of like Hamilton's. Oh, hello. Yeah, Hamilton's one to keep an eye on. I mean, we would be doing a disservice if we weren't talking about Max Verstappen, and obviously it's very easy to just go, yeah, he's going to win everything, but you know,
I mean,
it's
yeah, he is going to win
no,
everything.
and I don't
Well, he is.
disagree, but at the same time, you wonder how long can the dominance continue.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night.
What I got down is that the fact that Red Bull are so good. Obviously, they've sort of reached not necessarily a peak, but let's say they hit a point where how do they get any better?
Yeah.
And you've got these cars who are below, bridging that gap. So how does that sort of pan out? Well, obviously,
Do you think we could see a season where Red Bull win every race?
Yeah,
Possibly,
To be honest,
yeah.
I don't think it's. I mean, we almost did last season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely not out
that's
of
what I
the
mean.
question.
It's not.
And the car this season is meant to be absolutely insane. So I'm a bit worried. I mean, to be honest, it's the Red Bull dominance, which is fun for Red Bull fans, but I think it just makes for quite a boring season. But I think it also forces you to look at the midfield a bit more, which is quite nice.
It's going to come down to reliability. Like in 2024, F1 teams are very good at not getting their cars retired. Like you don't often see races finishing with only like 14, 15 drivers. That's very rare. Usually only on the street circuits. But even then, like, the cars are reliable and the
I was
drivers
going to say it's not mechanical failures.
and the drivers are usually quite safe. But over a 24 race season, I can quite easily see there being some sort of misstep that means that Red Bull are out of the picture, or one race like Singapore last year where they're maybe just not quite as strong on the track. So I don't think they'll win every race like last season, but I think they'll comfortably win constructors.
The gap's just too big, obviously, driver-wise and car-wise, you know.
But then driver-wise, not really, because obviously Perez is great, but he's not, setting the world on fire.
I agree.
And all it takes is a team where there are two strong drivers, and you could like feasibly see that period of Red Bull dominance not being ended, but being challenged. Because if, for example, I'll bring it back to McLaren. If McLaren came out and had a brilliant car, they've got two drivers who can win races.
No, I agree.
Well, you were saying yesterday how you could put anybody in that Red Bull car, and
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, I just think the car. I think obviously Verstappen, but I think the real strong point for Red Bull is kind of the car. Because I'm kind of anti-Checo. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's kind of a. This is a bit of a bold statement. I think he's kind of a mid driver. You put him in like a Alpine or like an AlphaTauri RB, and he'll just be like mid. Like,
But do you not think like the way he elevated the cars he was in prior to the Red Bull?
I suppose so. If you look at him, wasn't he at Force India?
Yeah.
Racing Point.
Racing
Yeah.
Point. It was interesting, but I also think, to be honest, I think like Sainz is probably better than Checo. I mean, to be fair, I'm a big Sainz
I
fan.
can
but
back that. But
I
then at the
just,
same time,
like-
he does exactly what Red Bull need him to do, which is be the second driver, be happy being the second driver. Don't challenge Verstappen and do
yeah,
what
but
you're told.
how long is he gonna be happy like that?
A year, because he's out of contract.
Yeah.
True.
I was going to say, if I'm him, I wouldn't renew. However, I think if you're Red Bull, you want to lock him in forever. He's the perfect Red Bull second driver.
Yeah, but then I think there's so many drivers out of contract. Red Bull might be like itching around to find someone new.
Why would they be? Given
True.
that Max Verstappen is happy with a second driver who is not going to question him,
I
challenge
suppose,
him.
but you know what Horner's like? He's always looking for something interesting, isn't he?
Yeah,
Depends
but
if Horner's
I was
still
going to
there,
say,
do you know what I mean?
we should talk about that. Great segue, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice
Superb
segue.
work.
So I've heard that I was reading Autosport magazine this morning, and Horner is apparently flying into Bahrain today.
Yeah.
So there's still no resolution.
Well, we were looking last night about it, and there's meant to be a decision. Obviously, it could be as early as today. It could happen while we're recording. Obviously, likely to happen before the first race of the season, which would really throw things up in the air, wouldn't it?
So let's get the story straight. He was accused of, I think it was inappropriate behaviour, controlling behaviour by a female, I think it was an ex-Red Bull or current Red Bull employee.
Yeah.
There was an internal investigation, which we don't know the conclusion of as of yet. There was hearings. They hired an independent solicitor to try and ascertain the facts. But we can't say whether he's guilty or not because we don't know.
It sort of fits into what we're doing in journalism at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We can't.
Our media law.
Let's not be in contempt of court
yeah.
or libel Mr. Horner.
Well, the Red Bull GmbH board has been given like a report of over 100 pages, and they've been left with the decision to decide whether to keep him on or to let him go.
Yeah.
Well, that also begs the question. I mean, who would replace Horner? How would Red Bull look after Horner? It's a very interesting thing.
Toto, bring him in.
Get him in there.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I want Toto at Red Bull, mate.
I want Susie Wolf at Red Bull, please.
Oh, Susie v
I
Toto.
love
Oh, now that would be fun.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's just such a high-profile figure, it obviously makes it more difficult.
It's
doesn't it?
obviously really serious as well
Yeah.
because I mean, not too many people are sticking their head above their parapets, but Zach Brown called the situation extremely serious yesterday. Toto Wolff said that it's like
It's
a
an
serious
issue for
situation.
all of F1.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
an issue for all of F1. All the teams and the team principals, they know the details. And if they're saying that this is extremely serious, then it's obviously extremely serious.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised about any outcome. But I think they're going to want to defend Horner as much as possible, is the thing. They're going to want to keep him in, but I also think they're quite F1 and FIA and etc. are very aware of the kind of discourse that's going on now around like man-woman dynamics and abuses of power, etc., etc. Especially as it's a very male-dominated sport. I think that the power dynamics, especially with the women, can get lost in that. So I think it's definitely an important discussion to have, and I'm interested to see how it plays out.
I feel like with him flying back to Bahrain today, it kind of leans towards
It
one outcome.
signifies that there's something, a big decision that's going to be made.
Well, I just don't think he'd be flying out if he wasn't going to be
I was going to
kept
say,
on.
if he, it wouldn't make sense for him to be there for that announcement of him leaving or being, forced out. Like, why would you have him in Bahrain?
Like, he could quite easily do a press conference outside of his own home.
Yeah.
Could. Yeah.
Lovely house, by the
What
way.
do you think personally? What do you think the outcome of that will be? Do you think he'll be there?
I don't know. We don't
Cool.
know.
No.
This is the thing. We don't know the ins and outs, so we
No.
can't really speculate.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
like, the thing is, it's all well and good us going, yeah, we think he's done it, and obviously, it's easy to hate Christian Horner. From an external perspective, it is easy to
Yeah.
go, do you know what?
Watching
I
the
don't
drive
like
to
him.
survive.
He's
Yeah.
an
That's how it
arrogant
happens.
man.
Yeah.
He is an arrogant man, and he's a
Yes.
bellend, and we don't like him.
True.
But we also have to sort of, we don't know what's going on. We don't know the ins and outs of the situation. It's easy to go, yeah, we think he's done it because he's a knob and he's arrogant. But then at the same time, we don't know.
Yeah, well,
So
that
we're going to have to wait.
then
for
begs the question of where they go from there. Is it 2005 that he
He's been there
since Red Bull came into F1?
19
So
years.
that's a long time.
Can you think about the impact
Yeah.
on
Oh my
the
God.
whole team if he was to go?
Such
You
a
have-
good season of Drive to
you-
Survive.
You have that central figure who's just gone like that. you
Yeah.
know.
I'm
No,
trying to think,
no
what
planned
would a
retirement.
footballing equivalent be?
It's like Sir Alex
Klopp.
there.
Fergie.
Yeah.
Klopp, please.
Yeah.
Or Klopp
Very
leaving.
upset.
But I mean, Klopp hasn't been there as long as Horner has.
No.
It's like, Fergie or
Wenger.
Wenger.
Yeah. So who is Red Bull's Arteta going to be? Is the real question.
Toto
who's
Wolff.
United's Arteta going to be?
We're not chatting football. today.
No, we're not chatting football. Sorry.
He
You
doesn't-
will go
I-
very off track if you
Yeah.
start bringing up
I
United.
could be here for half an hour talking about how much I love
Mhm.
Simone Inzaghi and what he's doing with Inter Milan, but I'm not going to.
No, we're going to be sensible. Now, should we get into some predictions for 2024?
We can do.
So, actually, what we could do, rather than doing it as just verbal predictions, Alfie, if you can pull up the tier list, we could do the driver tier list based on, we'll do, should we say, a maximum of 4 drivers in each tier. We'll share this tier list on Instagram, by the way, so for audio listeners, you'll be able to see sort of afterwards where we've ranked everyone. But if we say a maximum of 4 drivers per tier, we'll rank them based on where we think they're going to finish. If everyone's happy with that,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Well, I think the obvious one is.
Well, should we go in order of where they are?
Sure. Yeah. So science is the first one.
Ooh.
Well, let me grab the mic for a minute. So I think. So I think, if you look at last season, right, Sainz had more points than Leclerc up until Abu Dhabi, and I think he's a more consistent driver, and he started getting a couple wins in there, and I think he's kind of on the up. And the Ferrari car is reportedly better. They're starting better this season than they were last season.
They were a lot quicker in testing, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. So I would love to see Sainz up there, and to be honest, I think he can really put a shift in and compete this season. I'm thinking maybe A tier.
I think top of A tier.
Yeah.
Top of
Do you
Top
think
off.
he can beat Leclerc?
I do. No further words.
Like, I like Sainz because he is someone who, like, he's got the pedigree. His dad's a race. His dad his dad is a racing legend. Carlos Sainz Senior. He's just won the Dakar at the age of 60, the Dakar Rally, which is insane. It's his 4th Dakar. Sainz has been on the grid for a while. He's notched up a couple of wins. I like him, but he's not. I don't think he's drivers' championship material.
No, which is why he's A tier and not S tier.
Would you disagree with me?
No, to be honest, I can't see him. I mean, it would be fun, but I cannot see him winning a championship. But I think I think looking at him next to Leclerc is interesting because everyone's seen Leclerc as this golden boy kind of F1 for a while. But then Sainz was really competing with him last season. So everyone's like, oh, Leclerc's going to win a championship. But then if Sainz was competing with him that strongly, that begs the question, like, why can't Sainz? But I also don't really see Sainz winning. It's very interesting. I mean, it also depends on Ferrari and that car.
Yeah,
You know what I
just
mean?
don't think Sainz has got quite the race pace that Leclerc does.
If we go purely on a driver front, then would you put Carlos Sainz in that A tier in terms of as a driver, like excluding, based on the talent?
I think I would.
I think A
But-
tier. Then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him at the top of A tier, but I'm happy
Well,
with
yeah,
him in A tier.
We'll whack him in A tier. Who's up next?
Zhao.
Guan Yu Zhou, the boy. Where do you, so he finished last season
Represent.
in
Apparently, Chinese
18.
Grand Prix is back on the calendar this year.
It is.
And he's going to be the first Chinese driver to compete at his home race. I hope.
that's cool.
That's cool. I mean, Shanghai's been off the map for quite a while now because of their like insane COVID restrictions. So we haven't. I don't think we've seen it since 19.
He is going to go in D tier though. But we can't dispute that. He is like lovely story, but he is
Not
going in D tier.
Not C. I like him as a driver.
I don't mind him as a driver, but he finished 18th. He's not a great driver.
Yeah, but the car's awful. Like
Where did Bottas finish?
Bottas 15th.
that Sauber is terrible,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
and it's going to be terrible this season, and he's probably going to lose his seat.
So you'd probably go D tier.
Yeah,
Who's
but I
below
like
him?
him.
Yeah, I know you like him, but he is a D
Same time,
tier
this list
driver.
is based on quality.
Yeah, he's D.
He's D tier.
D2.
He's not bottom of D tier, but he is D tier.
Reluctantly, I don't think is he the worst driver on the grid?
No.
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 I mean, we'll
Sergeant.
we'll
yeah,
find
we'll
that.
figure out.
Stroll next.
Strong C.
See.
Strong C, top of C.
Mm.
Top of C. I can back that.
Like he's been on the grid for a while. He's shown that he can compete, but you know he's obviously always.
He'd
gonna
have
be,
a case for B.
He's never going to be the number one driver on his team, and he's always
Yeah.
going to have the caveat of he's only there because of Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think it was an impressive return though to go from his injury just before the first race, then to come back.
Was it a broken
Someone's
arm?
been watching Drive to Survive.
Two broken
wrist
wrists.
and
Broken
two broken toes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next is Alonso.
Ooh.
That's an S tier
Yeah,
driver
I
for me.
reckon.
Are you? Whoa.
Oh, okay. Are you not happy with that?
I mean, in his heyday, yeah. And he's got a few podiums in, but S is a bit interesting.
I don't know. 40.
To be
what was it,
fair, those
42?
podiums last season very.
I was going to say,
very
came out of
impressive.
retirement, drove that Aston Martin to podiums,
Yeah.
where Lance Stroll was sort of nowhere near it.
Yeah, but in my mind, when I think of like the drivers, I mean, it's different
Science is what
to
you're
the good.
thinking.
Yeah, always. But it's like the drivers I mean, it's different to the drivers I want to see than the drivers that are actually good. Because I'm not really that bothered about Alonso, but I suppose you can make he is kind
He
of
outscored his
S tier.
teammate by 150 points.
Mate,
to be fair to him.
the
Yeah, but Stroll's
33,
mid.
the 33 is coming this season. The 33, number 33 win. Come on, Fernando.
I think he has to. He'll be bottom of S tier,
Mm-hmm.
but he is S tier.
S tier. You can. I'm not gonna fight you on that. I'm not gonna fight you.
S tier and I used to, when I was growing up, he used to be my favourite driver.
Aw.
But like when I was a kid, like 5, 6,
Mhm.
I didn't know his name, so I just called him Ferrari Alonso.
Next up is Esteban Ocon.
That's a B tier driver. I'd argue.
Interesting.
Well, why do you think that?
Make your case. Make your case.
Okay, I will make my case. I think he's always been in that middle of the pack. He's never dropped down. Whatever car he's in, he's able to score consistent
But he's
points.
got a race win, hasn't he?
Huh?
He's got a race win.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Him and
Maybe
Gasly and Russell are the only ones with one race win.
Was
I
it
think
was it Imola he won, or was it Monza?
he
It
definitely
was,
won a race.
I think it was one of the Italian Grand Prix.
Hungary.
Was it
Hungary,
Hungary?
it was,
Hungary.
which is even more impressive. That
Yeah.
How do you say
Hungary.
it?
Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah.
Crazy track.
So I'd say B. Anyone going to disagree with that?
I would like to see him in a better car as well. On that note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It
if
was
you put him in a
Gasly
better
who won
car,
Italy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gasly
Yeah.
won it.
not some bad drivers at Alpine then.
No.
Just it's a shame they don't get on and they kind of got shafted with the car. But yeah, I think B-turn for Ocon is
Yeah.
fair.
Is he better than Stroll? You think?
Yeah.
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 He's far better
definitely.
than Stroll.
Mhm.
Okay.
Next up is Pierre Gasly.
I'd
we
say
go.
that's another B tier driver.
Yeah.
If you put Ocon in B tier, I think you have to put Gasly in.
I
They
think
are
I-
not too dissimilar.
Do you put him So
Well, where did they finish?
Between the
They-
two, who's better between
So
the
they
two?
finished 11th and 12th in the Drivers' Championship last year. Gasly 62 points, Ocon 58. They both got one podium last year.
They're very similar.
I was going to say they are.
There's
You'd
not
almost
really
say there's a tie there.
There's not really a second driver at Alpine right now.
No.
No.
I think Gasly's the first driver.
I
surely.
think Gasly does probably beat out Ocon.
Like
yeah,
the-
but they perform very similar. I don't think it's not like a Verstappen Checo situation.
No, there's definitely not much between them, but you'd probably argue that Gasly is the better driver.
I suppose so.
In terms
If
of
we're looking
race
at
pace,
points
yeah.
and pace,
I'd say
yeah.
Ocon's probably more consistent, but
Yeah.
Gasly's the better driver on his day.
Gasly's an impressive
Yeah.
driver.
Like at their peak, though, like I'm taking Gasly all day long. Like the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
the guy
yeah.
was insane. Like obviously his Red Bull run didn't work out for him, but then he went to Toro Rosso, popped off. 2021, he scored 110 points in 2021. Finished ninth. Finished above Alonso that season. That was the season that Ocon won in Hungary.
He's reminiscing.
I want to put him top of B.
Yeah, I can back
But-
that.
yeah.
I'll get behind that.
I'll back it.
Yeah.
Next up is Sonoda.
C.
See.
B. Cracking driver.
Oh, come on,
He's
man.
great.
Actually, no. Do you know what? As a driver,
Yeah.
I can back B.
Yeah, he did pretty well in that.
As a like
in that AlphaTauri last
So he's
excluding,
been
I was
let
going to
down
say
by-
excluding
by
the
the
car.
car.
The boy is quick.
He is quick.
He's
He's
yeah.
quick.
And
It's that tiny stature. Gets him some grip here.
Up the boys, up the boys.
Short king.
Yeah, rise up.
There you go,
man.
Chris.
Come on.
Music to your ears, huh?
And he was put as the second driver in that team last year. But then
I don't know if he is though.
He was, but he obviously showed that he was the better of the two.
Yeah,
with,
so yeah, I can back a B tier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Yuki's like quite an erratic driver, but I
Yeah.
feel,
yeah.
But
But I guess that comes with being.
I mean, you love to listen to his team
Oh my god,
radio.
he's
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh,
He's
too
hilarious.
And that helmet is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. So funny.
yeah. We'll go, I think bottom of B probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Rick.
Danny Rick.
Oh,
Are we talking Danny Rick
We're
now?
talking Danny Rick.
Current
now.
Danny Rick.
B?
Current Danny Rick is a C.
he gets nowhere near B.
He's
I'll be honest, he gets
Where
nowhere
did
near
he finish
B.
last season?
well, he only had a few races.
He only had
didn't
half a season.
Oh yeah.
17th, 6 points.
A C. Okay, I was just reminiscing about prime
I'd
Danny
say
Rick.
C and. You can't. Can you put him behind Lance Stroll?
I would
Right now,
I would-
yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
goes
really
behind
hard.
I
Lance
think
Stroll,
ahead of
yeah.
the season, he hasn't really got much behind him recent
No,
wise. Do you know what I mean?
Like that feels like a crime against motorsport to put him
know.
behind Stroll, but
but it is true.
that is like current 2024 reality.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
Jesus.
see how they
Whoa.
fare next season. I really want to see a Danny Rick renaissance, but I think
Yeah.
everyone does, don't they?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's not gonna happen.
Uh,
Oh,
Lando Norris.
A.
A
Yeah.
He's an A tier
excellent
driver.
driver.
Mhm.
Imagine if you put him in that Rebel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
He wouldn't win.
Huh?
He'd win races.
Oh, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't beat
He-
Verstappen.
He wouldn't
no,
beat
no, no. Well, no one's beating Verstappen as of
Ooh,
right now.
Yeah, where do you rank for, Norris and Sainz? Probably behind. Norris probably goes behind Sainz.
Yeah.
In terms of potential, he's above him.
I mean, they did what?
Yeah, but Sainz is just a more experienced, more consistent.
Actually,
kind
to be
of
fair,
finisher.
Norris outscored Sainz last season.
Yeah, but
Mm.
Abu Dhabi.
When did they last race
Yeah.
in the same car? Was it 2021? I think Sainz edged
Oh yeah,
out
they were at
Norris.
McLaren together, weren't
Sainz
they?
Yeah.
did what?
Whoa, whoa.
Sainz beat him off. Yeah, when were they at McLaren? It was
2021.
Go
no,
on,
it wasn't. It
Do your
wasn't
job,
21.
sir.
I think it might have been 2020.
Alf is on it.
Yeah, give him 20 minutes.
2020.
Oh, well done, Jim.
beat your proddy.
To be fair, you already were typing before I did.
You should have been typing.
Yeah, Sainz beat Norris in the 2020 season.
I'd say they're very even though.
They're pretty.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another one where you they're not separated by much.
Yeah, I'd have Sainz above Norris. What we all say.
Sainz
Yeah,
doesn't
I'll
matter.
back
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Next up is Piastri.
Top of B.
With the potential to go into A this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Top of B though.
In that car, he's a very impressive driver. Yeah. I'm
In
just
terms of
trying to think
potential,
what I'd
yeah,
put
I
him above.
agree.
What
I'm
he,
putting him
He
above.
finished pretty high last season.
He was top 10, beat Gasly
Oh.
and Ocon.
Yeah, put him in B. Put him
Yeah.
top of B.
As a rookie season, that's one of the
That-
best of the current crop.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just reminded me. Have you seen this clip of the Dark Destroyer on the chase? The Star
Oh my god, yeah,
the Star Wars
when she
one.
goes, he asks her like, "Do you like Star Wars?" And she goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Ah!"
I have to find this clip.
Who's up next?
Perez.
He's not
A.
A. Below science.
Yeah. Well,
B.
how many?
Well,
I
B
mean, to
tier's
be honest,
done.
I'm very anti-Checo, so you can put him in B if you want.
If you put him in, I'd say you could put him in B, ahead of Piastri, and then you drop Tsunoda to C, the head of C.
That sounds good to me.
I can work
Yeah, I
with
can
that.
back- I can
yeah.
back
I think
that.
some Red Bull fans will be angry.
Yeah, I
at
was going
us,
to say, I think
but
we're going to get
must say,
slated for that one.
I don't care, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but I'd have Tsunoda over.
But
Ocon.
Confident.
I don't think Perez is a B tier driver. I think he's performing as a B tier driver right now.
Yeah.
I think if he was in a team where he was number one driver and given the license to push,
He'd have to work hard.
he would
wouldn't
be
he?
an A team.
But in that
an A
car,
tier
he doesn't
driver.
have to work too
No.
hard, does he?
Yeah, but like his quali is awful.
Yeah.
Is what?
His quali is awful.
Mm.
His race pace is all right, but like he's in a like rocket ship.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's kind of expected.
B tier makes sense to me.
Yeah, but now I want Tsunoda still in B. I want him above Ocon.
No, to be honest, I was Tsunoda in C originally. I kind of am, but like top of C, he's a good driver. But I don't think he's proven himself properly yet.
I'd say though probably Tsunoda, Gasly, and Ocon are all very similar levels,
Mm.
but you can't put him in B tier
because we're only
four
having
limit. Yeah.
All right, fine.
Leclerc next.
A.
S.
A.
Yeah.
S.
I think he's overrated.
No, overhated.
Never agree.
Overhated. The guy is
I mean,
championship
listen,
material.
I love him. I'm a big Ferrari fan.
He's the
but,
number one A tier driver for sure.
I think I kind of agree with Chris on that front. I think Ferrari kind of poured so much money and time into him, so everyone expected him to start.
Depending
Winning
though
all these
on where
races.
we put the other drivers for S tier, there's the potential for someone to swap in and out with him.
I need
That's
him
not
in
locked
S.
in.
I
I
need
think
him
we
in
I
S.
think we can work him into S tier.
We'll see how this Hillis goes.
Yeah.
This next one's gonna be very quick.
He will win a world
Verstappen.
championship.
Yeah.
That's the top of S tier.
D?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, going back
Oh, yeah,
to
right
Leclerc
top.
very quickly.
Yeah.
I think he outscores Hamilton next season.
I back it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I back
Fair.
that.
Fair.
Do you think that's more on the car?
Oh no, you don't put him in S tier, man. He's an S tier driver.
Please put.
And
Leclerc
Lewis
in.
Hamilton's going to sit in A tier.
Please. Put
Oh,
But we won't go
whoa,
onto that
whoa,
yet.
whoa,
We
whoa,
won't go
whoa,
onto that
whoa, whoa. No, I disagree.
We won't go into that yet.
Well, we're not there yet.
Not there yet. Magnussen is next.
Magnussen
D.
and Hulkenberg are both D tier drivers. And the bottom two.
Oh no, but Magnussen.
But they stink.
I'm having the Hulk over Mag. I'm
yeah,
having,
is Albon better than both Haas drivers?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So
No, I was just.
is that Sir
I was
Lewis
putting the
Hamilton?
question
Checking.
out.
It is.
I'd have
Yes.
Albon in B over Ocon. Just saying, but we're not getting there yet.
Yeah,
I think
so-
Lewis Hamilton makes your final S tier spot, doesn't he? Really?
Above
if you
Al-
look
You
above
at the
disagree?
Who's
No, I
left?
agree.
Hamilton, Russell, Sargent, Albon, and Bottas.
You
None
can
of
ju-
those.
You can go ahead and put Sargent at the bottom of D tier right now.
No,
No.
not the
Oh,
Logie
get real.
Bear. He's good. Fuck off.
Cue that American Eagle sound from TikTok.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Gentlemen, start your engines.
I have just 3 things to say.
God
bless our
troops.
God bless
There we go.
And gentlemen, start your engines.
That was lovely.
Take a
Sorry,
bow.
Alfie.
Take a bow.
Sorry, Proddy.
How are levels looking on that?
It was pretty rough there.
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton finishes off S tier.
Above Alonso. What are you doing?
Above Alonso. Yeah.
Come
no.
on. 7 championships.
We're not,
Current.
we're not
We're
talking.
talking-
seven-
we're talking
we're not
current.
No.
past,
We're talking
we're
current.
now.
But it's so hard to forget the
He
points.
didn't-
If
he
we're
didn't
talking
win a race.
If we were talking 7
Did Alonso?
championships, then
No,
Ricardo
but
would be in
Alonso
A by now.
Alonso outperformed Lewis Hamilton last season. In terms of what he did.
Yeah,
for
but
the
that
car he
Mercedes
was
car
in.
was pretty rank.
But so was Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton was not good last season. Lewis Hamilton was fine. Fine doesn't mean he outplaces Alonso on this list. Alonso last season was great. Hamilton was fine.
Is Hamilton the second best driver in F1 right now? No, he's not.
No.
No.
So he can't be behind Verstappen. Who
Which-
is
What
who is
else?
the second
What
best
else?
driver in F1 right now? That's actually quite a difficult question.
Fernando Alonso.
I hate that. Like, I'm not big.
Fernando Alonso is.
Alonso or Leclerc. I think.
I think Hamilton drops to the bottom of S tier.
I mean, I hate to admit that you're right, but you kind of
Russell.
A,
Ooh.
bottom of A.
Yeah.
I can back that. Again, not going to win a world championship.
Someone's going to have to move up, aren't they?
Yeah. Sargent.
D.
Top of D.
D, because
Actually, no, behind Guan Yu
you got Bottas in C.
Yeah,
Bottas finished 15th.
Bottas would be C.
Uh-huh.
Ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah, put Albon in A, baby.
do it.
Come on.
Right, we need to figure
Tomo
out who
F1
moves.
would be happy.
Who
I
moves.
love Albon.
Oh my god, Tomo F1. What a channel, by the way.
Love Tomo.
So who moves? Perez moves to A.
I think,
Perez can go to
I think Albon goes S, maybe.
yeah.
And then
Get Verstappen out of there for Albon.
Albon moves into B ahead of... No, just behind... Oh,
I like that.
yeah, I like that. I can work with that.
Okay.
Can you save that or screenshot?
Give us a
Nice
se-
and symmetrical
Wait,
list,
can we have
isn't
a
it?
can we have a summary?
yeah,
have a
for
summary?
audio listeners.
From the top.
So from the top, in S tier, Max Verstappen, number 1, followed by Alonso, Leclerc and Hamilton. Then going into A, we have Sainz, Norris, Russell and Perez. In the middle of the pack, we have Piastri, Albon, Gasly and Ocon. Down in C, we have Tsunoda, Stroll, Bottas and Danny Rick. And all the way at the bottom, we have Zhao, Sargent, Hulkenberg and Magnussen.
I think
I-
Sargent and
Not bad.
Ricardo are going to
Is,
swap by the end of the
Is
season.
Yeah.
Magnussen the worst driver on the grid?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Who would you? Who's worse? Who?
I'm a big
I
Sargent
think
hater.
you save
But that might just be the American
or-
thing.
or
Why do you
screenshot
hate
it.
him? Do you think he's not a good driver?
No, how many times did he crash last season? Didn't he crash for a few times? I mean, so did Magnussen, to be fair, but that Haas was absolute crap.
Wait, just download it and whack it in the Notion. Like, download it and then drag it.
I mean, like I can.
Where did
Sargent-
Albon finish? Where did Sargent finish last season?
Albon finished 13th
Mm.
on 27 points. Sargent finished 21st behind Liam Lawson.
So, yeah,
Yeah, but I think
Come
he's going
on.
to improve.
come on.
Yeah, but
He's
Yeah,
deeper
but you
now.
can't-
if we're taking it as it is now, you know,
21st behind Liam Lawson, who's not on the grid, and you're putting him above Magnussen and
Yeah.
Hulkenberg.
I maybe wouldn't put him above
Look
Hull.
me in the eyes, Jimmy.
I'll have him over K-Mag. I would rather Sargent on my team than
What's
K-Mag.
with the K-Mag slander?
Because
huh?
he's crap.
No.
He's outstayed his welcome far too long.
Yeah, but
He just-
Steiner dragged him back in, didn't he?
I'd rather Marcus Ericsson than Kevin Magnussen. Like, I'd rather
I'm sorry,
I
I
don't
won't.
know.
I won't rest. You
I'd-
better bring Sargent.
I'd
in.
I'd rather have
watched
Kamui
Hasselhoff.
Kobayashi than Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah, no, K-Mag.
I'd rather Kendrick Lamar than Kevin Magnussen. Like, the guy's shit.
He is shit. Should we do teams next?
What tier list team?
Yeah.
can do.
And we'll say it's a maximum of 2 per thing then. I think that works, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Brody, you going to pull that up?
Give me a second.
You did good.
I'm saving you the photo.
Bradford.
Bradford, yes, bro. Right. Alpha. Is that's.
They are
What are we?
Sauber,
what are
Sauber
we
steak.
calling them?
What-
Steak kick Sauber apparently.
We had this debate.
Obviously, you're a steak.
I'm a steak
boy,
man.
I'm a
and you're
Sa-
a
I'm a
Sauber.
Sauber.
Yeah.
I'm a Sauber man.
Yeah.
Should we-
Sauber
sorry.
man. That sounds like an F.
Sounds like Cyberman. No, you can't call a team after a food.
But it's not. It's a.
Steak.
Steak is a better.
No, so here you
it's
go.
a better-
But
Oh,
Sauber.
the steak is cooking right now.
Wait.
No.
Sauber, who operated the Alfa Romeo entry in recent years, has been rebranded as the Steak F1 team. They are going to be known as the Steak F1 team.
They're going to be
Why is
Sauber.
Sauber on the thing.
They are steak.
They'll be Sauber.
Well, they need to make up their
Ooh,
mind.
they won't use the steak name at every F1 race though, because of
Well, they're
sponsorship
just gonna-
reasons.
Yeah.
Well, because
so-
gambling's illegal.
Yeah.
Probably.
So you have to. So there'll be Sauber in some.
Oh, is that why they're
places.
called Sauber technically? They want to be called steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, steak is a scam, by the way.
Steaks.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. I will promote Sauber over steak.
Like
Mm.
Steak, the company, is a massive scam operating
Sorry,
out
Chris.
of like a mud.
He's so hurt.
It's operating out of like a mud hut in Curacao.
Shout out to the Mud Huts in Curacao. Sure,
Like-
your brothers are listening.
Like I saw a video the other day. It was like how Steak have like created their like multi-billion-dollar empire. So it's just like an Australian 20-something-year-old who realised that he couldn't, like for legal reasons in Australia, set up a cryptocurrency gambling site in Australia, but set it up in like Curacao, which is Dutch overseas territory in the Caribbean.
Isn't that? Oh, I was thinking
Blue
blue
Curacao.
Blue
Yeah.
Curacao. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know, maybe Blue Curacao comes from that, but yeah, steak's a scam, and I will not endorse steak.
I back you on that, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Blue Curacao
Cheers,
does
Izzy.
come from Curacao.
Does
Oh.
it?
It does.
Nice.
Going back to the task at hand.
Yeah.
Where would we rank steak or Saba?
D.
Gee, that car
that's
is
fair.
crap.
D.
Let's be honest.
D, and they've been D for some years. Even when Kimmy was driving for
Yeah.
them, they were D.
Oh, that was so unfortunate.
Now it's Visa Cash App RB.
This is
The V car.
Alpha Tauri
Yeah.
rebrand.
See?
Yeah.
C.
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 Alpine.
Are we getting 2 for each?
Two for
Two for each.
Alpine, go B.
B.
C.
No, because you've got to think you've got Haas and Williams.
Actually, no. Do you know what?
And they
Hang
are
on.
both C and D.
No,
I've got Haas and Williams.
no, they have to go C. Yeah, they do.
Why?
Top of C, they're ahead of Alpha Tauri.
Where are you putting Williams?
No. They go B then. I think they go B.
Where are you putting Williams? Where are you putting Haas above
Hang
Alpine?
on, 1, 2.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
No,
We'll figure it
Alpine,
out.
Alpine have to go B. Jimmy's right.
Jimmy's always right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There are 4 teams worse. Than
Jimmy's
them.
right. I'm right.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy's
Was
right.
I not the one who said?
Nah. I'm back in the All England sport gym here. Come on. Come on, boy.
No, it's not misogyny. It's just favouritism.
It's not misogyny, you're just wrong.
It's only Freddie that comes with the misogyny on the pod.
Shout out to our misogyny expert, Freddie Topman. Respect.
That is a crazy thing.
He's listening now.
He will be listening.
Yeah.
We're not right
Well,
now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lizzie, I'm really sorry.
One of my favourite moments of the week every week is when Freddie sends the snap on the group of him listening to All in Good Sport, and
Uh-huh.
Lizzie sat there looking like miserable.
Yeah.
Freddie's absolutely buzzing.
Well, he dragged her down to watch the Carabao Cup final the other day.
Did he?
And
Yeah,
Izzy was
poor girl.
was really sick. She was sat there, and Freddie
She
was
had
looking at
lemsip
Freddie.
in a flask.
Oh.
She was like falling asleep on him, and she left, and he didn't go with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
poor form, Freddie.
Freddie
Topman.
wasn't.
Poor form?
Shame on you.
not-
This is a
not-
message
not
to
on
Freddie
it.
Topman and Freddie Topman only. Dickhead.
I mean, is that payback for the Taylor Swift screaming at the Super Bowl?
Oh my God.
I don't think we should get into this. Yeah.
Rainbow will be in the
Honest-
doghouse.
I
If
mean,
if he has to watch exactly what he says right
I'm
now,
gonna-
because
I'm
he
gonna-
is in dangerous territory.
Yeah, I've got a gun to my head. Camera.
That's fine. We can replace you.
Yeah, you're a part-timer anyway.
Oh yeah.
Temporary contract.
Aston Martin.
Oh God.
Wait, let me have a look at this. So you've got Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull
They're
are going to
B
be
tier.
in S and A.
No, A tier. They're A tier.
I think the McLaren car's better than the Aston Martin car this year, so I'm going to go B.
I'd
for
go
Aston
top of
Martin.
B actually. Yeah,
Top
of
about
Ferrari.
that. S.
I think there's a second team this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, S tier.
S.
McLaren. Oh, sorry, Haas. First.
We don't even ask. You know where they go.
Haas going like bin tier.
Yeah. Haas get a new tier for sure.
McLaren.
A tier.
A tier.
A.
Mercedes.
A.
Above McLaren. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
No question.
Red
Red
Yeah,
Bull.
Red
Right at
Bull
the
up top.
And Williams in C.
I think we have
It's good,
smashed
that.
that.
That is
Perfect.
pretty solid.
That's perfect.
Do you think that's going to be the standings at the end
No.
of the season?
I think.
I think McLaren will be third. I
You
got a
think-
feeling.
Dun.
I got a feeling.
Okay. Apart from that,
Zach
though,
Brown's going to wet his pants.
Zach
yeah,
Brown's getting a tattoo.
Haas are going to be
He's
bottom.
going to get another tattoo.
Bottas will scrape some points for Alfa Romeo.
Mm.
Sauber, Steak, whatever you want to call them.
Probably can you download that as well, please? Thank you.
Albon's going to be solid, but he's not going to quite have enough to compete with Tsunoda and Ricciardo.
No, but Logie Bear will win a race.
Logie
Mad safety car. Logie Bear wins.
What, is he going to do a Maldonado?
I'm telling you now, Logie Bear wins a race
No,
this season.
he's not going to get a point.
Pasta. Oh,
Logan-
my pasta.
Logan Sargent.
No.
That's the boy.
No point.
Nah.
I miss Pasta Maldonado.
I'm not versed in the art of Pasta Maldonado.
Pasta Maldonado, the one and only Venezuelan driver to ever drive an F1.
Wow.
He was with Williams back in day.
Back in day.
Back in
Back
day.
in
Well,
day.
back in like 2012,
Rainbow, you want to give your rendition?
and his
Joe has no idea what's going on.
but he's still
Mocking.
he's still trying to protect himself from any
Trying.
Taylor Swift speak. I'm so
For any
No
audio
comment.
listeners, the look that Izzy's just given
No comment.
Jimmy would kill a man.
I'm strong. No. Oh, pasta, my pasta. He was driving when Frank Williams when Frank Williams was still boss of Williams. I think he was he's still is he still alive? I can't remember.
No, I think he's dead.
Big Frank.
Alfie?
Big up
Do you-
Frank
Yeah, he
Williams.
died. He died.
Yeah, I thought he
It
died.
was 2021. Yeah, but I mean, I think his health was starting to fail at that point, and Williams had been in the mud for several years. I think he was kind of rubbing his magic lamp, got the genie out of the bottle,
What?
and said,
Yeah,
"Can
What was he rubbing?
That's crazy.
can
He's on his deathbed rubbing his magic lamp.
can Crash to Maldonado, as he was known, win a race?" And win a race he did.
Oof.
It was the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix, I think it was,
How do
or
you
the
know?
European Grand Prix, one of the two. I think it was either in Valencia or Barcelona. It was definitely in Spain. And yeah, the guy had a rocket ship. I think Hamilton was disqualified from qualifying because of fuel consumption. And so Maldonado started on pole and was like, zoom. and he won.
How did he go, sorry?
That was a good effect.
Zoom.
that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Crashter. Yeah, the one and only race he won. I think it was his only podium as well.
That.
Respect
Do you know
to
what?
the boy.
Respect.
Oh, Pasta.
And should
My
we finish
Pasta.
off the tier lists with some liveries?
Please.
We might not be able to see them very well, so we might have to pull them up on various laptops and whatnot. Liveries.
Well, I've got a little list here of
Yeah.
the cars.
Sweet, here we go. Let's have a look. Are we using the race one, yeah? Is that
Can
what
do.
you're using? Yeah.
So first up is Aston Martin.
Let's have a look. Dead boring. This is going to be a common theme. They are all dead boring.
Half of them are.
Alfie,
the
can
same
you
as
put up the
last year.
race one? Because the pictures are a little bit nicer.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Half of them are the same as last year. I mean, I've always been a fan of that that colour, the kind of aesthetic of Aston Martin. I think it looks very nice, but it is kind of boring.
I'm
It's
still on
that
the-
green.
I'm
innit?
still on the pasta train.
Queen.
That season, he won a race and finished in 15th behind Paul di Resta.
Paul di Resta,
in the
as
World
in,
Drivers'
as in
Championship.
Paul di Resta who sits with the little screen.
Yeah, screen man Paul di Resta. And he finished behind Michael Schumacher, who was a year away from becoming a vegetable. That's insane.
Oh,
That's rough, Jimmy.
I mean, it's true.
it
That's
is true. but-
crazy.
That's right.
Schumacher out of reserve?
Mercedes,
Um,
Mercedes Schumacher.
Jesus Christ.
Let's not talk
Before we
about
get
it, please.
cancelled, let's go back
The
to the
second
Aston
Yeah.
Martin
Do
livery.
you know, I do like the green on it. I think it's
We
It's-
could
it's
go-
a
I
nice
could- I could
green.
put it
It's a
in-
nice
I could
colour,
put
isn't
it
it?
in- I could put it in B tier.
Yeah, mid.
yeah, it's like a metallic green or sort of. I
What are the
like it.
tiers called here?
S plus W mid R. What the fuck is this cringe? They should be banned.
Mid R.
Mid A.
Please don't tell me you came up with these.
I
Yeah,
did
Brody
not.
wrote those himself.
I did not.
We're going for 2 in each again.
Yeah.
Same
yeah,
format. All right.
Next up is Ferrari.
Ferrari's car's very pretty.
I mean, I like it.
wow.
Red car.
I'd go A tier.
No, that's a.
I
That's
think the
boring.
only thing that I'm not a fan of is the shell sponsor, but nothing you can really
Oh,
do
no, I
about
like
it.
the shell sponsor.
There's nothing you can really do about it. I just think it's a bit in your
This,
face.
this guy loves big oil.
Shout out to Big Oil if you're listening. Respect.
The white trimmings are very nice.
The black trimming on that car just doesn't really suit it, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I'd like to see that
Yeah.
black trimming in white. To be honest with you, I
Yeah.
think that would look very cool. But I think it's Ferrari cars are always just very quintessential F1, aren't they? It'd be a bit of a disservice putting them anything but that.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's boring, but it's only because you've seen
I'd
it
say
so
B.
much.
I would say B.
Go.
Top of B. It
B.
beats the Aston Martin, but it is B tier.
W.
Nah, that's A tier.
Next up is
Hey, Alex Broddy.
Yeah, leave it.
Fucking
Leave
do
it.
your job, you dickhead.
it's confusing with all these random
What, it's
Mid-
in mid A.
mid R.
Yeah.
Red Bull's next.
Oh, bloody hell.
Cringe.
D.
Same thing, different year.
Yeah, cringe.
Same car, isn't it?
What the fuck is this
Crap.
cringe? That's where it's going. Yeah.
I mean, it's not cringe, it's just dull.
I think it's not a bad look.
No, but it's
But
so
It's just the
boring.
same.
So,
Like,
so
The tyres
I-
are obviously
it's
nice. but
it's the
same as last
definition of
year.
mid R.
Yeah, it is mid A.
But it's below mid R.
what the fuck is this cringe?
Next.
Haas.
Banned.
Uh,
I like the Haas car.
it's It's nothing we haven't
it's
seen
not
before,
bad.
though. Do you know what I mean? It's
To be honest,
They're just all very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
I like the house colour scheme though. I think the black and white and then like the kind of hints of red.
Red. Yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice car.
What are the? So hang on, can I see the tier list for a sec?
No.
See, they're all
Cheers,
mid.
bro.
This is the problem.
It says Haas on it too much.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
It's just it's
I'd go.
Haas overload.
I'd go. What the fuck is this cringe? But ahead of the Red Bull.
Haas avocado.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is this cringe?
I'd put it personally. I'd put it below the Red Bull, but yeah.
No.
Nah.
Group decision. You'll put it, yeah.
yeah,
then, we'll
I
put
think
it
I think
up.
I back that.
At least it's got something going about it.
Yeah,
McLaren.
McLaren.
Right.
Uh,
Can I just say, I hate the Google wheels, and I want them
I
rid.
love them.
I want
I
them rid
love 'em.
now. I'm sick of the bloody wheels.
I think it's one of the best sponsorship decisions that we've seen.
It's cool in terms of sponsor, but it gives me the ick. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen
It
them. The
winds me
Google
up.
wheels.
The Google wheels,
Alfie, can
Queen.
you search McLaren
they were there
wheel,
last season,
McLaren chrome wheel covers?
How long have they had them? I mean, I think it's interesting, but no.
I mean,
They
it's a
just-
good. It's a good
Let's
With
see.
the orange.
a good marketing decision, isn't it? To get one.
Yeah,
No, but
tell
it
me that's
look-
not bloody beautiful.
It looks like a toddler has coloured it in. Does it
I
not?
think you're
No.
factually incorrect.
Oh.
That's like
I think
the,
that's wrong.
Again,
Oh.
it's not misogyny. You just-
Did you ever?
Just let's clarify, all in good sport
Hey.
are not misogynistic.
If,
Yeah.
if you ever
The,
Unless
rock-
Freddie's back on.
if you
which
ever
goes
rock
well.
the Zombers on Rocket League, you'd know that's a fucking cool colour.
the Zombers.
it certainly works well together, the black and the
Search-
orange. It
Alfie, can you search up
complements
Zombers Rocket League, please? Oh, I back that.
The Zomber.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm on it with you there.
Is that one? No. Oh yeah, there is that. But-
Yeah. No, I think McLaren for me.
S tier.
That car. No, it's A.
Seriously?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, get
I'm not having it
real.
in A.
No.
I think it looks terrible, but I like the wheels.
Yeah.
So where do you put it? You're not putting it in D.
Yes, you are.
I think maybe put it in the meh and move the Ferrari up.
Move the
Yeah.
Aston up because I prefer the
Aston
Aston.
Martin can go up. I back that.
But we've put Ferrari above Aston.
Yeah, but
That's-
Aston.
I
I just
prefer
think that was wrong,
the
to be fair.
Ferrari.
I'd rather. Wait, hold on, Proddy. What do you prefer?
I
He
prefer,
probably doesn't get an opinion.
I prefer the Ferrari.
There we
Okay,
go.
well
That's
then-
3 on 2 then.
Yep.
I
Who
think
gave Proddy an opinion?
Well,
he sits there and does the volume. Man.
Yeah.
I could mute you right now.
please.
Yeah, then we put in the McLaren in behind
in
the,
meh.
Chris, if he mutes you, I'll let you share my mic.
And then we can kiss.
and then I have to deal with the volume. level.
We'll just start shouting.
Yes, you happy with that?
I'm not
behind?
happy, but
Well, would you have it
I'll
behind?
accept
Well,
it.
no one's happy, are they?
I'll
well, that's
accept
sad.
it.
Oh. Mercedes.
Same. Same as last year. Fine car. Looks cool. Whatevs.
Black Arrow or Silver
Ow.
Arrow?
I mean, I think
Well,
it looks great.
Silver Arrow, man.
They're currently transforming back to silver.
Silver
so they've
Arrow's
said.
iconic.
I think that's
I-
it's probably my favourite look of all the cars, but obviously it's very similar to what it was.
Yeah.
It's a nice car, though.
The red Ineos trim on it is nice.
Ooh,
Red,
Ineos,
black,
ooh.
and, black and green. Yeah, I love you, Jim. Jim Ratcliffe. Saving my club.
I'd go A.
I'd like to see more silver on it.
It's one of the. I think that's probably the.
I think it's my favourite car of the lot.
No,
No
favourite
way.
car is up
No.
next.
Stick.
Right.
Stick.
That's
or
S tier.
Sauber.
That's S tier, and I won't hear any
Oh.
different.
I think this.
That is
get
S
real,
tier.
man.
That is
Right.
genuinely S
Right.
tier. If,
So-
if
I
it's
think
not
there's
S tier,
too
you
much
are wrong.
sponsorship on this.
No, you
car.
love it or you hate it.
So this is the Sauber,
Um,
Sauber car, and it's.
It's a state car, yeah.
Oh wow, it's
Hate.
neon green.
This is what I mean.
Hate,
It's the only
hate.
I can't
interesting
get
car
behind
on the
that.
grid.
It's unique for certain.
This,
It's definitely
this is a B
bold.
car, but S tier.
It's bold.
So when we're looking on our TV screen, Saturday 3 p.m. for the race, be there or be square. We're gonna have to watch a bunch of after eights pass on each corner.
That's an S tier.
So I
That's-
made a little
that's
note
S-tier
of this.
car.
It gives me sort of Gillette advert vibes when I
best
see
the
it.
man
Do you know what
can
I mean?
get.
It's very like that.
Yeah, but just because it looks unique doesn't mean it looks good.
Good, yeah. That's
That
true.
neon
That's
green
S
is
tier.
That
number
is
one. The steak logo is
disgusting.
ugly as
That's S tier.
I think there's 10 steak logos on the car.
gross.
I think.
Absolutely gross.
Right, so we're both saying
I
should be banned.
I hate
Banned.
it. Yeah. No, I'm
Ban,
with
ban,
you.
ban.
yeah.
Band.
Once
Oh,
again,
You're
I think
fucking wrong.
Hold on. Proddy, what are you saying?
I think we've reached a
I
democratic
definitely
decision
don't think
already.
it's at the top.
Okay.
No.
Banned.
Fuck
If
you.
I'm honest with you, I'd
Banned.
probably put
Fuck
it right.
all
I'd,
of you.
I'd, I'd put it in the bottom tier. If
Yeah,
I'm honest with you.
Thanks, Joe Rainbow.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
But
Joe
I don't know
Rainbow.
where you're. You know,
Well, at least you're swearing on the podcast where you can swear, unlike Joe Rainbow on the radio yesterday.
Yeah.
That wasn't your finest hour.
It wasn't.
Why are you making out with the mic?
It's tears.
Crazy.
Okay, crazy statement. Let's move on.
The Racing Bulls.
I love this car.
That's S tier. That's S tier.
It's S tier. It
Right.
looks. It just. Oh, it's so cool, man.
That's S tier.
So
That is
cool.
an S tier car.
S.
Yeah.
It looks quite like the Toro Rosso. from
Exactly,
last
and I
year.
like that.
Yeah,
It's
we love.
more of a royal blue.
Yeah.
It's just cool. I think the colours work really well
Yeah.
together. It's cool.
Is that
Yeah,
white?
I
Is the
mean-
white on the side pods, or where is that? I can't tell.
It's just above, I think. I don't know what the little bit above the side pods is called, but it's there.
Cash app on the front wing. What we saying?
Yeah, back
Yeah.
it.
And on the spot.
That has to be S tier, otherwise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Now what's next?
That is the Williams car.
I like it. I like that
I don't
Williams
like the
car. I
blue
think-
on it.
That does not make S tier.
I think no, that's what
Yeah.
I like about it. I like the deep sea.
I like
sort of
the little
blue
battery
vibe.
Battery top.
Yeah, the Duracell sponsor's cool.
Yeah. Bar that though.
Can you get more of like an aerial view?
Yeah.
I don't really have
Give
an
him-
opinion on the
give him
Williams
half an
cars.
hour.
Now we see the Octane, the best car.
I started playing Rocket League this week. Downloaded it on my
What,
PC.
like for the first time.
Yeah, I've never really played
That's
it.
insane.
Yeah,
I've been playing that game for about 6 years.
I'm
really
terrible.
nice.
Ramsey battered me.
Mate,
Nice.
I would clot you.
Dude, it's like, I kind of,
It's a
Kind of
crazy
better
statement.
than
That's getting clipped. Making that my ringtone.
That's
Jimmy
not-
Blackburn says, "I would clart you."
Making that my ring.
Sat on the train and you just hear, "I will clart you."
no, make it your alarm actually. that
Yeah.
way.
That would get you up.
Something to get up.
No, it's not a nice
What-
nice a blue as
That's
the.
Anyway,
insane.
What was that
liveries,
statement?
liveries.
That's an insane.
Chris-
What did
Chris-
you say? I missed that.
Do you want to repeat your claims? That
Izzy, tell me, what did he say?
I think he's very attracted to the sound of your voice.
Just repeat that for Jimmy and his girlfriend, please.
No, listen.
And when you do it, can you look into the camera?
So, Jimmy said, "I would clart you." I said, "I'd make it my alarm." Izzy said, "Yeah, you'd definitely get up then." And so I said, something would get up. Meaning me, I'd get up out of bed.
Right? No,
In
yeah,
the
that's what we
morning.
meant. That's what we meant.
That's what we
Chris.
meant.
That's what we meant.
My statement was just taken out of context. I would get up out of... My mum listens to this podcast. Can we move on?
You shot yourself in the foot, man. I don't know what else to say.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered.
I'm rock solid. Oh, man.
Deeper and deeper
Oh,
and deeper.
No,
Which is what-
you know what? I have to lean into
Hey,
it.
Chris.
You know what Chris
something.
said last night.
Oh, God. Anywho.
I think there's another reason why he saw it.
Yeah. Right. Let's continue. shall we?
Williams car.
What's the next guy?
I don't like that Williams.
No. mid.
I disagree. I think I like
What's the other car left?
the blues complement each other.
Alpine. That one's shocking.
Alpine could go in. And then who's going to go in S tier?
Maybe-
Yeah,
Maybe-
I think the Alpine's probably in the bottom
Yeah.
tier for me. The pink is with the blue.
Well, the funny thing is they showed
This
Yeah,
is
but I think it's just a
fuck,
bit.
they-
I'm not having Williams in S tier.
they showed their world endurance car first, and that looked really good.
Yeah, all
But then
the wet
I've-
cars are all nice.
But then they showed that afterwards, and everyone was really
I
disappointed.
think you put one of Ferrari and
I would say yeah,
in S
maybe
tier.
Ferrari.
and
What's
then
the
we put
other one?
Williams in.
What's
in
the one
W.
next to Ferrari right now?
Mercedes, which I
That's
don't think it's
crazy.
S tier.
When did we decide on that?
I think maybe Mercedes at the top of W.
I could,
Push Ferrari
Yeah.
up. We get Williams.
I'm not
below
having Ferrari
Mercedes.
in S. I prefer the Merc to the Ferrari.
Do you think?
I've just got to say, that state car's looking kind of good.
Oh,
I think the state car looks like a child who just ate a bunch of Fruit Loops, vomited, and that was the livery.
I think one of the Mercedes and Ferraris, but they're both, worthy.
Oh,
of
you
the
know what?
spot
I
in
can
the top.
settle with that. I'm not happy with the steak, but I could settle with Williams in W.
Yeah.
Williams is a nice car. It's put together in it.
Fine.
So do you think that's
Fine.
better than the Aston Martin and McLaren?
Well, obviously, I'm anti the McLaren livery,
Aston,
but I kind of prefer the
Aston's is
Aston.
Aston's
very-
better than
yeah.
Williams.
Drop the
surely.
Williams down, yeah.
I do like
Behind
the green
the
on
McLaren- behind the
the
McLaren.
Aston Martin. Oh, do you reckon? No. I
That's
think
what you put then.
I think Williams.
I'd
He,
put-
he's trying to
I'd-
vindicate the chrome wheels.
I'd vote Williams in cringe, but that's just me.
Oh.
But then what moves up?
Yeah.
So Williams
Bull.
has gone from
yeah. Bring the
W.
Red Bull up. Bring
Drop
the
it
Red
down.
Bull up.
Haas put that Haas up, man.
Sack that.
Oh.
I can't.
Williams
back the
goes
Haas.
above the Haas though,
Yeah.
and the Stake moves up probably like 3 or 4.
Probably not. No.
Wait, what's the bottom car? What's the bottom?
Alpine and.
I don't.
Stake.
How is Alpine going?
I
as
haven't
bottom?
even seen the Alpine. You
We've-
just
I
popped
think-
it there, Proddy.
I
That
think
bottom tier is a joke. by the way.
Proddy just
Right.
popped the Alpine.
How is that
there.
car making it in the bottom?
That's not terrible.
It's a lovely car.
Put the
It's
rebel
not.
in the bottom. I don't care.
We never got to vote on this because the Proddy dictatorship said that Alpine was bottom tier.
Tell you
No,
what,
to
buddy,
be
you are
honest with you,
one
I think-
mistake away.
I think it's better than the state car by any means. Do you know what I mean?
That is better than the state
Fuck
car.
off,
That is
man.
better than the
no,
state
no,
car.
no. But I think there's just too much going on with it, colours wise.
Mm.
It's better
And you
than
get
the
you,
state
Lad, there's too much going on with it. Every other car's black.
So's this one.
No, but at least it's got blue and pink on it.
yeah, I just don't think the colours work well together. I don't. Maybe it's just me, my opinion, but
but
Yeah,
the
no, and
pink
your opinion is wrong.
The pink is fun.
Ding dong. Your opinion
It's
is wrong.
to be honest, it's.
so is yours on the stick.
Oh. Are women being outspoken on the All in Good Sport podcast?
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Crazy? Or
What
correct?
do you think this is, Freddie?
To be,
Freddie Thompson's getting a very
to be
bad
honest,
rate. here.
I think it's kind of giving Force India, which I love. Bring back that Force India car.
They have. Hang on.
I've been
they have that
reminiscing, I've been
pink- Can you
reminiscing.
search the Alpine pink livery for 2024?
Mhm.
Because I know they're bringing that out for a few races.
I fully agree on the bring back Force India. That car was great.
Yeah.
Oh. What happened to that, guys? You still jealous of me?
Which team?
I
Wow.
like that. I'm a fan of that.
The pink is that the Racing Point?
I think that's. I
That's
think
the-
that's
that's the
better
Alpine
than,
second
that's better
livery
than
for the
the.
season.
That's a good one.
That's better than the main design. I think.
Yeah.
For me, that would be up there.
That'd be
Yeah,
S
that
tier,
would
right?
definitely be up
Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Very Barbenheimer.
Can we
Yeah.
imagine it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one?
I don't know why they
If it
haven't-
was that one, it'd be.
I don't know
Very,
why
very-
they haven't chosen that one. If I'm being completely honest.
Because their like main so Alpine as a car company,
Right.
their main branding is blue.
Right. Okay.
But because they have the Force India sort of
yeah.
what's the word like going back?
History.
History.
Yeah. They will bring out the pink livery, but I think they'll alternate. Like
Yeah.
so
No, but
for
I think
certain,
if we let's say take it as a joint decision with the pink and that car.
then everything else moves down and that moves up. That
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
to go in
Okay. Then.
I would
mid,
argue-
at, or above.
Mm.
It's kind of giving gender reveal, and I'm not. I'm not mad.
I can kind of back that.
Oh.
So where are we going with this one?
It goes ahead of the McLaren and everything else drops down.
Mana. Marussia.
So
I'm
what's
happy
that?
with that.
What's the one above stake now in the bottom tier?
Haas.
Right. Okay. Then.
I'm deep in a rabbit hole right now on
Not
like
again. Leave the
Not
old
pasta,
rabbits alone.
please.
old F1 constructors like from the mid 2010s. I'm seeing Mana, Lotus, Marussia, Caterham. Oh,
The
this
liveries
is
were so much nicer.
This is
Mm.
so good.
What's your favourite livery though of all time?
Favorite livery?
Yeah,
That's tough. That is tough.
the McLaren Golf from
What-
Monaco. I think it's
Whatever,
Golf.
whatever,
No,
Oh,
Golf.
look at that.
whatever car Senna and Prost used to drive. in
Have a look at the
that
McLaren.
The old
Alfie, can you
McLaren.
put up the
That is-
McLaren Golf livery? Just search that and it should come up.
Very vibrant,
GUL.
that, isn't it?
Is that the? Is
Have a
that
look
the,
at
Is that the
this.
chrome one? Oh,
And what year is this from?
This was
Oh, gee,
last
I
year or
don't
the year
know.
before.
I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, that one is very nice.
That's
I would agree.
beautiful.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. It doesn't excite me. I wouldn't put it above.
What does excite you?
Oh.
Don't answer that question.
Yeah, go on. No, answer, please. The viewers.
Yeah, this is good. Take it away.
This I tell you what I have found is this car. Yeah, let's move on. This car.
No, that's the reveal livery for the
I
2022
feel very
cars.
loved right now.
Joe, you were supposed to say my girlfriend excites me.
what about the 1988 McLaren? Give me that Marlboro sponsored white and red.
Give me that pro-smoking core, please.
Give me-
Oh no, do you know what? I back that.
Give me.
It's a nice car.
Bring back smoking adverts, please.
Oh,
Very Ramsey Irwin core.
Yeah, that's so Ramsey Irwin coded.
Marlboro Reds by Vacant
I'm a fan of
Weekend.
the Red Bull.
That's
Is that Ben's band?
2022.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their band's really good.
I
actually.
start because I listened to Musish Pod the other day
Yeah.
with James and Ramsey.
Shout out
But-
Musish Pod, by the way. They've
Music-
got a great producer, I heard.
Yeah, Alfie.
Who is that?
No.
Who is that, Chris?
I don't know, but he's
And
fucking
do you
beautiful.
also want to plug the Sophie and
Oh,
and
yes,
Jess
we've
pod?
got-
So you've got a free podcast. under
Yeah,
your
so
name now.
there's obviously All in Good Sport. What a podcast. Music, great podcast produced by yours truly. And Didn't Get Us Started, which premieres hopefully today.
And that's
Sophie and
Sophie I put
Jess
in.
are Geordie friends, who I don't really know what the concept is for that podcast.
any ideas of what it's going to be about?
It's just they said they're going to have a chat.
Well, it's not going to be in English, is it?
No,
No.
I'll be translating, hopefully.
Subtitles.
Yeah, I'm going to get Google Translate up and just sort
Good
of see
stuff.
how we go.
Good stuff.
But yeah.
Toonami. Toon.
Can we talk about our grid rival teams?
We can, yeah, get them up.
So, for reference, anyone listening who isn't familiar with Grid Rival or sort of fantasy sports stuff in general, it's sort of if you know sort of fantasy Premier League, it's the equivalent. So we all have to make our team made up of, I think, 4 drivers and 2 constructors. You have a budget of 100 million, and we're all in a little league together. So if you download the Grid Rival app, our league is called
that's
All in Good Motorsport.
How did you find this? Because this isn't the official F1
No,
fantasy.
so I used this last season because the official F1 Fantasy app
I'm sort of
is
thinking the,
fine, but there's no like official app for it. It's through the
Right.
F1 app, and you
Okay.
don't get notifications. So with Grid Rival, you do. But also, so what Grid Rival does better, I think, is it means that even drivers lower down the grid can score more points than those further up if they make more overtakes. So
Okay.
you've got it's an interesting little one.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear about all your teams. Joe, can I hear about your team?
You can. I've gone. I'm very new to this.
So we
this
get
game, by the way.
a budget,
But-
right? We get
Yeah.
a budget of 100 million. Obviously, the premier drivers like Verstappen are much more expensive.
Yes,
so
Verstappen's
when,
Verstappen's
I don't
30
think
million.
I don't think you can afford not to get him in.
so
Though.
when you're going through them, can you tell me who you've got and also how much they cost?
Well, I've gone obviously Verstappen,
Yep.
30 million. I mean, it is a premium, but I think like Haaland,
He's your Haaland,
like
isn't he?
Haaland in FPL. You know, can you afford to
So
not?
nearly a
having-
third of your budget
I know,
on
yeah,
one.
but-
Worth it though.
1 out of 5, and you've got to fit a constructor.
No,
in
he's
there
going to
as well.
guarantee. He's going to guarantee most of your points.
Sorry, yeah,
Do you
it's
know what I
5
mean?
drivers and 1 constructor, not 4 and.
Although having said that, I am
2.
looking at Izzy's team now, and she's got 4 drivers. So maybe she's taking a bit of a.
I kind of blew the
Yeah.
budget a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
We'll
I,
get it-
I,
we'll
did,
get
I
it
didn't know
all
that was
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
But
What, as in you've got an empty space?
Huh?
You can't have an empty space.
Well, she-
Well, I've got no money.
It says lineup incomplete, probably.
Queen, I have no money.
Well, then you need to redo your team.
who spent 2? You got
Oh.
What did you
Sainz,
get?
Piastri,
You've
and
been-
Alonso. in
You've
there.
been sold.
That's an expensive.
Yeah, you can't. You have to have a full team, otherwise your team doesn't register points.
Right.
Oh wow.
Right. You guys, you have discussion. I'll
That
redo my
team
grid
is
rival
looking.
team.
Get
stacked.
back, Shadrach.
Get back.
So
Right.
yeah, I've gone Verstappen, and I've gone for Sainz in there. I think
How much is Carlos Sainz?
he
for
is
reference?
23 million. So it's
Yeah.
quite a lot, but I think you want another good.
Yeah.
So that is
driver.
half your budget on 2
It
drivers.
is, yeah. But then I've gone for 2 very cheap. I've gone Magnussen down at the bottom. He's more there just to fill up a spot.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, Bottas.
Wild
and
buddy.
Ricardo completes the lineup just because I want him to do well, whether he does well or not.
And
But
who
I thought
is-
I'd put him in. And I've picked. He really fits just to fit the budget. I've gone Ferrari. I think they,
Ferrari for the
Ferrari.
constructor.
I can back that.
Yeah.
2 drivers
I,
who
thi- I,
score
think I
points.
can't afford a
consistently.
Red Bull, but I think options wise, I think they
Yeah.
sort of fit the budget. They're a good team,
And who is going to be your captain, your star driver?
I have gone for Ricardo.
So he's going to get you double points.
He is. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You can only
You can't
star.
captain. I was
you can't
trying to
star
captain.
your top drivers.
No, I was trying to captain a Verstappen, but he
Yeah.
obviously doesn't work.
It has to
like
be
that.
below like a certain
Yeah.
Right,
budget limit.
So yeah, I've gone for Ricardo as my
I'll
captain.
go next. I've got Max Verstappen, obviously,
Yep.
for 30 million. My second driver is Oscar Piastri, who's going to cost me 20 million, but I back him to score a lot of points. Qualifying wise, I don't know how well he'll do, but I know he's got good race pace. So for overtakes, I think Piastri is a good shout. Daniel Ricciardo's in there as my
Good
third
stuff.
driver for 10.4, and he's my captain. Fernando Alonso, also in my team, for 18 million. 18.8 million. Kevin Magnussen in there for budget reasons. And Alpine is my constructor.
Oh, right.
It's quite.
Alpine.
It's actually quite similar to mine.
I was going to say, yeah.
I've got Max Verstappen.
Yep.
I've got Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
Wait, has everyone got Verstappen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you getting a bit of...
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Go anti
formal
Verstappen.
now.
It's your choice.
Differentials for week one,
Yeah.
criminal.
You know, if
Yeah.
let's say Verstappen
FPL
fluffs
would be
on
having
week
words.
one and you take the lead, you know.
So I've gone for Verstappen, 30
Yep.
million. Piastri, 20.2. So that's half my budget on those two. Then I've gone for Yuki Tsunoda
I can back that.
at
Boy.
11.8 million. I've gone for Alex Albon at 14.6, who is my star driver.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for Logie Bear
I back. You know what? I back that.
at 4.8 with Alpine as my constructor.
I
Similar.
might. I do
Yeah,
have. I
it's
think I have the budget actually to bring in
Logie Bear.
Lodi Bear.
Sorry, can I ask what's up with the constructor? Like, what does that do?
You just get points for how your drivers do.
It's done.
Yeah.
Langford?
So mine's kind of similar.
Who the hell's Langford? I only know Prodford.
But I'm constantly changing it. So currently, Verstappen, 30 million,
Yep.
obviously. Then I've got Norris in there, 27.2.
Yep.
Then
That's a lot of
Alonso,
money.
then Alonso, 18.8.
That's a lot of money for a driver who will be outscored by Oscar Piastri.
That's why I keep changing.
Yeah.
Because I keep.
I would put Piastri in, surely.
Then I've got Ricardo in.
What's
Yep.
his team?
Then Bottas. And then I've had to suffer with Haas as my
Oh.
constructor
Honker.
currently.
Honker.
But yeah, as I said,
Well, yeah, there's some strong driving picks there. Yeah.
Izzy, have you completed your team?
I've done a bit of a remodel, yeah. So I've gone Science, obviously.
who'd have thought?
Who's surprised? I've gone Albon, that's my star driver, the boy. I've got Piastri. And Bottas, who I actually love Bottas. I miss his Mercedes days, to be honest. And Sargent. And then I've gone Red Bull as my constructor because I thought...
I was going to say, I was wondering where the Red Bull factored in.
You've sort of
Yeah.
taken a
Yeah.
bit of a cheaper side on driving and gone for Red
How much
Bull.
is Red Bull as a constructor?
30 million
oh,
as well.
I forgot to say the prices, sorry guys.
No, that's all right. But
30 mil, so they're the top one.
okay.
Same price as Verstappen, is it
Yes.
To
right?
be fair, you do get two for
So-
one there.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Do you think it's is it mathematically possible to have Red Bull and Verstappen in the same?
That'd be
That'd be
60
silly.
million,
in
and
the
you'd end
same
up
team?
having.
I know it'd be
probably-
silly, but would it be
your
possible?
drivers would probably be filled of Albon.
To be fair, I think
Ricardo.
last year Verstappen got more points than the constructors.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So you don't. It's not like you get the points for both of them.
Yeah.
You get
Just
a sort of diluted
Yeah.
point score.
All right. I get you. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a fun one. But I got beaten last year by my ex, which is why she's in the league.
Is she?
She's in the league. So in the league currently we have. I'll
I've got
talk.
quite a lot in the
Yeah, yeah. So there's me, Alfie, Jimmy B, Izzy, Linus, Freddie, F1 LLIP is my ex, Faye. Arian Mittal's in there, who's a friend of my brother's. Jay Tarovsky's in there, and Joe Rainbow's in there.
I'm
but
in there. My username, I remember creating it, and I thought when I signed up it said password, so I created a password. So that is my password. So don't read it out. That's my
yeah,
password
no, I won't read that out.
for all my bank details and everything. So yeah, I'll have to change that.
Don't tell everyone that. But yeah, no. So the aim is to beat her. That's my one aim this year.
And
I
do you
really
think
No,
you
we're
will?
friends.
Do you
She
think
beat
you
me
will?
last year, and
Mate, please choose a different word other than beat.
my aim is to defeat her this season. But yes, there's 10 of us, and if anyone else fancies joining
you
and
feel
seeing
now.
Joe Rainbow's password, join the league.
Yeah.
Which one is her?
F1 LLIP.
Oh, I thought it was just a guy called Philip.
No,
Yeah, I was thinking that
her
when I-
nickname was
yeah.
Philip. I don't remember how that came about, but then yeah, F1.
I was like, who's this Philip bloke? I haven't met him.
Yeah, no, that's our Philip.
Good stuff.
But yeah, no, I don't think we've got all that much to talk about now. I think we've
I think
pretty
it's
much.
been a good episode.
It has been a good episode, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing
Sets us
we're
for the
all
season.
thinking that
Oh.
Verstappen's going to win the
You
championship.
never
Yeah.
talked about Hamilton's Ferrari.
Yeah, but I guess we don't really know. Like, it's a big move, but it's not really going to affect anything.
We
this year,
talked
is it?
about seat swapping. I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and to be honest, like that's going to be more of a discussion point this time next year.
Yeah.
But- Yeah, the mic is that way, so you might have to speak into that one. You dickhead. But yeah, no, it is a big move, and I think it'll be an interesting one. But in terms of how it affects this season, I don't think much.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see Hamilton go out on a high with Mercedes, though.
Yeah.
Like it definitely would be a good
Heartbreaking
one.
for Wolf, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are your favourite drivers? Obviously, we know yours is Carlos Sainz. Who's everyone else's favourite driver on the grid?
Norris.
Max Verstappen.
Oh, such
boo.
a
Is it
basic
you and them?
answer.
I've supported him
Boo.
since he came into the sport.
He was
I've
an OG.
always liked him.
Oh.
I am a Verstappen OG.
Yeah, but do you remember when he tried to beat up Ocon?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
How was the drama?
Well, Ocon deserved it.
Oh.
Crazy
lovely.
statement. I'd say Oscar Piastri is mine, but that's just me. But no, yeah, it's been a good episode.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Sainz because
Oh shit, I
of,
forgot Joe Rainbow.
because of
Did-
fellow.
And Joe, what do you really think? Cover your ears.
Cover your ears.
No.
No. Oh. I was gonna say Taylor Swift. bit Taylor Swift slander there, but no.
Taylor Swift to win her first F1
Oh
championship
my
this
god!
season.
Oh my god! Do you know what? yeah?
Imagine she starts dating
Nah,
Lewis, dumps
bruv,
Kelsey,
don't
dates
even,
Lewis.
my head would actually go. Like, I'm not that big of an NFL fan, so I was pissed off with the Super Bowl. But if Taylor Swift invades Formula One, my head is gone.
Wait till she comes into the world of football.
Imagine Taylor Swift dating Mateus Cunha.
Oh, I tell you what, I'd date Mateus Cunha.
Actually, I think she'd date big Ballon Dawson out of all of
Ballon.
them.
Oh man, what? But no, we're not talking about football this week. But yeah, no, it's been a delight to have you, Izzy.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a delight to be on, boys.
You can replace Joe.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I'm not here, she can.
So
she
next
can-
week probably.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
And the week after.
Yeah.
I'm on indefinite leave. No, it's been good. And you've done really well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you enjoyed it.
No, I hated it actually.
Yeah. No shit.
Okay.
No, it's been a good one. So next week we've got James Arnold will be joining us, LSR's own James Arnold, who I did Friday Sport with last semester. He's a third-year journalism student, and he'll come on and chat to us. We'll do a normal episode, so we'll be back to the sort of winners and losers.
And tennis update.
And tennis update,
Good
yeah.
stuff. And we
So,
have any more news on the fellas podcast?
yes, I mean, we can do it whenever,
Right.
but
Okay.
it's just a case of
Yeah.
we'll have to go to London, and I think none of us have it,
what's
apart from Proddy. Basically, so Stanley from the fellas, their junior video editor, is... I've spoken to him on LinkedIn. He's agreed to do a podcast with us.
Don't mess.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. So this is like, but when I mentioned this, the boys were like, they didn't really know who he was. So
Yeah, but the fellas is pretty big.
yeah, the fellas
podcast
is
to
like,
do.
so, and Stanley's on every episode.
Cool.
So we have
Aw.
that in the works. Other than that, I think we'll have probably a week off the week of the 23rd.
For your fight.
Yeah, because I am going to be an absolute mess of nerves.
I mean, we're probably going to have to do
We might
some
do a
Zoom
podcast.
podcast because
Yeah,
it's going to be
I-
Easter break.
I think fingers crossed we'll keep the
And
podcast
then-
going over Easter, and then
And hopefully as well, we've got the Mansfield Bradford City game coming up.
yeah.
In which
There's a lot in the works.
mhm,
Hopefully, the
get a
TikTok
little
will be
review.
a little bit more active. Obviously, keep an eye on the YouTube for the Mansfield Bradford game because we'll
Yeah.
do a video for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If there isn't any podcast, then I'm sure we will go to whatever sporting fixtures we do, and we'll do some AIGS coverage, and we can
Yeah.
clip that up.
Absolutely,
Stuff on
yeah.
the
We can-
Instagram
So
and
there'll be
stuff, so, yeah.
there will be stuff to keep an eye out for. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. I've been Chris Tarkle.
I've been Joe Rainbow.
I've been Izzy Gilleard.
I've been Alfie Langford.
And I've been Jimmy Blackburn.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right, thank
Cheers.
you.